Hi, welcome back guys. This is your friend, the D and WhatIf, with another fanfiction. This is the first part of WhatIf Deku in Class 1 encountered the heroes of One Punch Man. All credits for this video go to their respective authors, so please support the real author. Check out the link in the description for more details. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. UA High, a high school which caters high school students who aspire to become a hero. And the scene shows that some students are studying and listening to lectures like ordinary high school students do. You can see Izuku Midoriya writing notes on his notebook while listening to the lectures from one of the teachers. And so far things appeared to be relatively peaceful. And by lunchtime, some of his classmates invited Izuku to join them in the cafeteria. One of Izuku's classmates, Minoru Mineta, stealthily offered something to him, and when Izuku took a glance, his cheeks flushed red as the item that Mineta showed turns out to be a porn magazine, which came overseas. It was uncensored, which shows everything. And Mineta asked if he liked it, causing a bickering between the two. So, Midoriya like it? That's. I take it as a yes. Please hide it. You'll get us in trouble. Don't be shy, you can't stay a crybaby, you got to man up and find a girl you can. You know I'm not a hentai. Too scared. Or is it that you're a? Stop assuming things and hide that mag. Another classmate, Tenya Id, came and diffused the bickering, telling Mineta to put away the magazine or else he will be forced to bring Mineta to the principal, which would result to getting either suspended or expelled from UA High School. Mineta panicked and pleaded to Ida not to squeal him, and Ida said that if Mineta hides away the porn mag, he will turn a blind eye only once. If you put it away, I'll forget what I saw just this once. Say if you like, you can come to my place and do that and I will confiscate your collection. Hey, you want that to H soon, Mineta-kun? You can't be serious. Then put that magazine away. Geez. As the bickering continues, Ochako Uraraka watched the scene, staring at Izuku as she saw how he reacted when Mineta shown him the porn mag, and noted that Izuku is really such a gentleman and not having any perverted feelings, and wondered what would he do if he gets into certain situations such as being offered an indecent proposal. By then, Tsuyu Asui scooted closer to Uraraka, asking her when will she make her move and tell Izuku her feeling. This caused Uraraka to get flustered as Asui looked at her in a serious manner, as she deduced that Uraraka is harboring feelings towards Izuku, judging from Uraraka's flustered reactions and mannerisms. What are? You don't have to deny it, Uraraka-san. Yuma, if you like him you should tell him. Two don't know what you're. Geez, you're easy to read, Uraraka-san. Hey, you like Midoriya-kun. Some of Izuku and Uraraka's classmates took note of this and felt that they are in a manga and anime world, noting that the scene they are seeing is somewhat similar to love stories such as Love Hina and Cardcaptor Sakura, where one of the main protagonists is getting flustered when confronted with romantic feelings towards their love interest. You saw that? Yup, better than watching an anime. Huh, you bet. Beats watching a live-action romance drama on TV. Want to bet? On what? Whether Uraraka confessed to Midoriya her feelings. You got it. Izuku, on the other hand, was oblivious to what is going on, and Aoyama scooted closer and asked him what he thinks about Uraraka, expecting that Izuku would remain dense in regards to having a girl harboring a crush on him. So, Midoriya, what do you think? About what? Ochako Uraraka, what do you think of her? She's cute, right? Well, I'm sure there are boys who might like her. Really? Aoyama smirked as his guess was right. Izuku has no idea that he has attracted Uraraka's affection, and their Aoyama wondered what would happen if Izuku starts to take notice on Uraraka, and he stealthily smirked as he finds entertainment in seeing the two classmates get flustered the moment they realize that they have feelings for one another. Meanwhile, Todoroki and Ida also noticed the scene, and they wondered if Izuku is aware of Uraraka harboring affections toward him, and they both agreed that it would take some time before Izuku realized this, and that it is likely that Izuku would rather focus on becoming a pro-hero first before entertaining the idea of a romance. What do you think? About Midoriya. It seems that he is unaware that Uraraka has feelings for him. I suppose he is oblivious to that fact. I guess he should focus first on becoming a pro-hero first before entertaining the idea of romance. Same here, Ida. But what if he? That is for him to find out, I suppose. By then Katsuki Bakugo passed by, reminded Izuku not to get too full of himself. And by then Mineta accidentally gives the porn mag to Izuku, where Bakugo raised an eyebrow seeing Izuku holding a porn mag, but twitched his eyes upon seeing Bakugo's ID photo on it. This caused Bakugo to misunderstood the scene and grabbed Izuku by his collar and demanded an explanation, and accuses him of harboring perverted feelings for him. Izuku stared wide-eyed, and upon seeing what he is holding, he denied the accusations, telling him that the porn mag belonged to Mineta and said that he is innocent. It's not mine, it's from Mineta. Then how come you have my picture? I don't know. And you're sure you're not fantasizing about me? No, I'm not. You sure? Yes, you better be. By then a photo of Uraraka fell from the porn mag, and this caused some other aspiring students to raise an eyebrow. And this sparked and started rumors of Izuku being a bisexual, thinking he has perverted fantasy-like feelings for Bakugo and Uraraka. Whoa, look at that. First Bakugo no Uraraka. Does he prefer boys or girls? Is Midoriya straight or bi? Wanna bet? I'm in. Uraraka blushed even further upon seeing it, and their mind took the porn mag and attempted to hide it, causing more ID photos of the female students to fall out, and this caused the girls to get mad and attempted to lynch at Minta. You hentai maniac, you must be fantasizing about us, maybe even masturbating inside the bathroom. I'll beat you up. Let's rip his balls off. How about pulling off his pee-pee? Let's do it. Bakugo joined in, realizing that Minta is at fault, but before he could join in on the chase, he reminded Izuku that before graduating at UA High, he will make sure that he will become the greatest hero instead of Izuku. Hey, Deku, don't forget, I'll surpass you. And I mean it. Izuku's sweat dropped as Bakugo left and joined with the girls of UA High in chasing after Minta, intending to beat some sense into him. And as Izuku sighed, Ida approached him and assured to him that he is a valuable student of UA High, regardless of his gender orientation. This caused Izuku to stare wide-eyed and tells Ida that he got the wrong idea and that he is straight, not a bisexual like what the others assume. Ida-san, you got the wrong idea. No need to be shy. But, whether you're straight or not, we still accept you. I'm not that. Elsewhere, the scene shifts to a secret laboratory where a scientist had just finished doing work, where a young man, who appeared to be a cyborg, got up and put some clothes on as he is ready to reintegrate with the outside world. The young man who became a cyborg is identified as Genos, and their Genos proclaimed that he will use his newfound abilities to do good deeds, which the professor nodded and said that Genos did the right thing, as Genos was given a second life and he should not waste it. Good to see you up, lad. Professor, I'm sorry the rest of your body can't be saved, only your brain. It's fine. I'm sorry about your family. Don't worry, I will avenge them, and I will stop evil wherever it goes. And from now on call me Genos. Genos, then. I'm off then. Genos then took his leave as he is set to seek out the evildoers and take them down to prevent innocent people from becoming the upcoming casualties of crime and evil. Shibuya. The place is one of the most popular areas within the prefecture, which is near Tokyo, where the place is bustling with people who are walking the busy streets, some riding vehicles, and others riding on bicycles. There are several types of people seen on the streets: adults, children, and even infants being carried by their parents. Businessmen, businesswomen, students, policemen, all kinds of persons are seen, and they were doing their usual activities as if they do not mind it. Shops are open and the merchants are selling their merchandise and are enticing people to buy them in hopes of earning money. It was a typical day, and it seems that people today are lively and felt that their lives are full of blessings and couldn't ask for anything more, as some are happy with stable jobs, students studying in the best schools, and more, and some even chatted with one another feeling that today is a good day. Hey there, today's a good day. All life is so good. Let's have lunch. Will you be my girlfriend? Let's get married. Stop right there. Cops. It was peaceful right now and many are in high spirits, especially as 90% of the public are aware about a certain academy that teaches students to be heroes, pro-heroes. That academy is UA High, where students with quirks are studying there, and upon graduation, they became public pro-heroes who fight crime and protect the citizens. Among the heroes identified being connected to UA High is the famous All Might. And it was due to him and his exploits that most of Japan is safe and crime rate declined to nearly an all-time low. Many expressed admiration and hoped that the students who are currently studying at UA High would graduate and become famous and reliable like All Might. All Might is the man. He's a hero. I hope that someone would succeed him. I really hope that the next hero would be All Might's successor. Looking forward to it. And kick those villains' butts. Me too. Yeah. The scene later shifts to a certain area where business is thriving. The area is frequently being besieged by customers, which are a mix of adults and teenagers, and they appeared to be avid collectors, as they are looking and buying second-hand items which are technological in nature, and their reasons for patronizing the said shops are purely economical in nature, cheaper prices and practicality. You can see several shops selling hot items for cheaper prices, such as smartphones, Android tablets, and even laptops. And despite being second-hand items, they appeared to be in good working condition. And some of the customers are willing to buy them as long as their desired items are working fine, as well as to save money for budgetary reasons. And the merchants are using subtle means in enticing passing customers. Hella, please buy our items. They are cheaper. They are in good working condition. You can try them if you like. I promise you will like them. I promise you will get your money's worth. Here are the items on our display. Pick the one you like. The area in question turns out to be Akihabara, and the area is thriving and many merchants set up shops to attract passing customers and entice them to buy their products by showing the items and offered cheaper prices while assuring them that the items are in good working condition. And their marketing strategy worked as some passing customers were intrigued after hearing that so e-gadgets are being sold in cheaper prices, and they began asking the merchants what items do they sell, and the merchants showed to the customers the items they are selling, ranging from smartphones to Android tablets and even laptops. Then the scene shifts to another nearby shop, where a merchant is also selling second-hand items. But unlike the other shops, this merchant is selling something else and is catering avid collectors. And the scene shifts inside the shop where you can see the items being sold, which turn out to be classic console units and games, all being displayed on the shelves, and one by one you can see the following consoles being on display, which are Nintendo Famicom, Super Famicom, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Neo Geo, Sony PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64. In a matter of minutes, customers passed by the shop, and most of them are avid collectors and fans of video games, and they were immediately intrigued by the items on display, and they looked at the items, as some appeared to be unaware that such classical consoles actually existed, and they began asking the merchants if those consoles and its games are really something to be owned, which the merchant nodded and assured to them that the classic games are rare and are fun to play with, saying that even with popular games today that are released on current consoles such as the Sony PlayStation 4, the Microsoft Xbox One and the Nintendo Wii, the consoles on display are even cooler due to its nostalgia factor. Are they really cool compared to today's consoles? Yes, they are cool. Seriously? Yes, Surthy are the very first games, and they are the popular ones in its heyday, and they are rare to find. Would you like to try them? I promise you will not regret it. And everything went peaceful and harmonious. But little do everyone else know that something unexpected is about to happen without any warning, and with no signs of when it is going to happen. The scene shifts in Yokohama, which is deemed the Chinatown of the area due to Chinese immigrants, residents, and even those who are married to Japanese persons, which you can see that they are getting along well with the Japanese residents there, as they bore no ill will or grudge against the Chinese people who are doing an honest living. The scene shifts further within the Chinatown area of Yokohama, as you can see that there are lots of stalls and stores selling Chinese-made products, and many are flocking the stalls to buy the products despite some of the customers are Japanese, and they find interest in buying some of the products made from China. As you can see, despite the stalls not being much extravagant, business in Chinatown is doing well. Hey, please come here. We are selling very good items. We are offering 70% discount. They are very cheap to buy. Free trial. Offer goods while supplies last. Please come over. We will assist you. Perhaps the most prominent products being a hot commodity from the stalls are products that are associated with Feng Shui and other Chinese products that are connected to fortune-telling and luck charms, which eventually became the talk of Chinatown. Despite the fact that the current season is summer, the Chinese merchants began to promote selling fruits and other products and claimed that they are well suited for any occasion of the season, as they can bring good luck to those who buy the fruits and products, which attracted and piqued the curiosities of the shoppers. Come over here. We sell any items suited for any season. Spring, summer, Christmas, you name it. They are cheap to buy. We offer good luck charms, good for summer and Christmas. Have a look. I am sure you will like it. Free trial here. There someone came to visit the place, as he is on an errand to buy something that is meant to give it to someone. Some of the merchants were slightly taken aback at seeing a certain shopper's appearance, as they never thought they see someone whose appearance was different. The certain shopper turns out to be Genos, as he is told by someone that a popular ingredient used in making a very delicious Chinese food can be found in Chinatown, and Genos came here after someone recommended him regarding the place. Carrying a shopping bag, Genos went to different stalls and made inquiries if they have this certain ingredient in a polite manner, and this act puts the merchants at ease, seeing that Genos is a good person despite his appearance as a cyborg. Well, about that. Yes, I'm afraid I do not have that particular ingredient. I'm sorry. I see. My apologies if... No, it is all right. One of the merchants happened to heard of a shop where the ingredient that Genos seek, and gave him directions on where to go, and advised Genos to head there as soon as possible due to the ingredient is a rare commodity and gets sold out very quickly. Genos thanked the merchant for the information, which the merchant said it is nothing. I thank you, sir, for telling me. It is nothing. I appreciate it for informing me. Sure sir, no problem. I am grateful to you. That's nothing. You better go, the ingredient you seek will be sold out soon. Yes, I will leave immediately. Good luck, young man. After that, Genos bowed and left, heading to the direction that the merchant instructed him, and the other merchants glanced at Genos, where they wondered if he is really a person or otherwise, due to seeing his cybernetic arms despite him wearing clothes. They began to debate whether he is a member of the League of Villains or not, seeing that it was the first time seeing Genos in Chinatown given that he has never been seen on the news. And opinion about Genos is somewhat divided. Did you see that? He looked scurry. Is he a robot? I never seen him before, not even on the news. Must be one of those leagues that I heard. But that guy looked like a kind man. Maybe a good guy. Suppose he is merely. Elsewhere, another group of people are seen walking by the marketplace of Chinatown, where they turn out to be teenagers, and are shopping for ingredients to make a very delicious Chinese cuisine. Some of the merchants stared in awe as they recognized the 3 teenagers passing by them and were all smiles the moment they recognized the passing teen. The teenagers in question turn out to be students of UA High, and they are identified as Huryu Rin, Ponitsu no Tori, Nito Monoma. It turns out that Huryu is Chinese and that he is a frequent customer in Chinatown. And when his status as a UA High Academy student is publicly known, the Chinese merchants took pride in whenever Huryu comes by they would offer him a discount, which Huryu politely declined, though there are times when he accepted the discount on certain occasions. Huryu happened to invite Pony to tag along as he wants to cook a very delicious Chinese food, and she accepted as she wanted to try a Chinese food due to her being a foreigner studying in Japan, as well as she spent most of her time eating Japanese food that she wanted to try a Chinese food for a change, to see how delicious they are. Along the way, Monoma passed by and saw the two and asked if he can tag along, which Huryu said it is fine, and the trio would go from stall to stall, asking if they have a certain ingredient. And the merchants kindly said they do not have that certain ingredient, which Huryu said it is okay and thanked them for telling him. Well, about that. Yes, I'm afraid I do not have that particular ingredient. I'm sorry. I see. My apologies if... No, it is all right. However, one of the merchants said that he happened to heard of a shop where the ingredient that Genos seek and gave him directions on where to go, and advised Huryu to head there as soon as possible due to the ingredient is a rare commodity and gets sold out very quickly. Huryu thanked the merchant and he tells Pony and Monoma that they better get there before they miss out that ingredient. Pony asked Huryu if he really need that ingredient, which he nodded, saying that the ingredient he seek is the main component to make a very delicious Chinese food that his great-great-grandfather passed on to him. Rinkondo, you really need to get that particular ingredient. Yes, Pony, I need it. Surely there are other. Not one ingredient that I seek is the one thing I need in order to complete the recipe. Otherwise the food I intend to cook will not materialize. I see. I have the directions, let us head there right away. Okay, good. After that, the trio left, and the merchants waved at Huryu, pleased to see that a fellow Chinese is a UA High student, and are even hoping that once he graduates, Huryu would become the first Chinese-born pro-hero. As Huryu, Pony, and Monoma are leaving, they did not notice that a few League of Villains members, who appeared to be new recruits, are seen nearby, and they seem to regard Huryu's group as threats for some reason. The unseen villains appeared to resemble Chinese mafia gangsters, and they learned about what Huryu and his friends are up to, and intend to beat them to the punch, as the mafia men are also after the coveted ingredients. You hear that, boss? They're also after that ingredient we seek. I hear it, boys. We need to get there before those brats do. Yeah, and maybe beat them up. I know a shortcut and I got an idea. Follow me, boys. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Elsewhere, another group of people are seen walking by the marketplace of Chinatown, where they turn out to be teenagers, and are shopping for ingredients to make a very delicious Chinese cuisine. Some of the merchants stared in awe as they recognized the 3 teenagers passing by them and were all smiles the moment they recognized the passing teen. The teenagers in question turn out to be students of UA High, and they are identified as Huryu Rin, Ponitsu no Tori, Nito Monoma. It turns out that Huryu is Chinese and that he is a frequent customer in Chinatown. And when his status as a UA High Academy student is publicly known, the Chinese merchants took pride in whenever Huryu comes by they would offer him a discount, which Huryu politely declined, though there are times when he accepted the discount on certain occasions. Huryu happened to invite Pony to tag along as he wants to cook a very delicious Chinese food, and she accepted as she wanted to try a Chinese food due to her being a foreigner studying in Japan, as well as she spent most of her time eating Japanese food that she wanted to try a Chinese food for a change, to see how delicious they are. Along the way, Monoma passed by and saw the two and asked if he can tag along, which Huryu said it is fine, and the trio would go from stall to stall, asking if they have a certain ingredient. And the merchants kindly said they do not have that certain ingredient, which Huryu said it is okay and thanked them for telling him. Well, about that. Yes, I'm afraid I do not have that particular ingredient. I'm sorry. I see. My apologies if... No, it is all right. However, one of the merchants said that he happened to heard of a shop where the ingredient that Genos seek and gave him directions on where to go, and advised Huryu to head there as soon as possible due to the ingredient is a rare commodity and gets sold out very quickly. Huryu thanked the merchant and he tells Pony and Monoma that they better get there before they miss out that ingredient. Pony asked Huryu if he really need that ingredient, which he nodded, saying that the ingredient he seek is the main component to make a very delicious Chinese food that his great-great-grandfather passed on to him. Renkondo, you really need to get that particular ingredient. Yes, Pony, I need it. Surely there are other. Not one ingredient that I seek is the one thing I need in order to complete the recipe. Otherwise the food I intend to cook will not materialize. I see. I have the directions, let us head there right away. Okay, good. After that, the trio left, and the merchants waved at Huryu, pleased to see that a fellow Chinese is a UA High student, and are even hoping that once he graduates, Huryu would become the first Chinese-born pro hero. As Huryu, Pony, and Monoma are leaving, they did not notice that a few League of Villains members, who appeared to be new recruits, are seen nearby, and they seem to regard Huryu's group as threats for some reason. The unseen villains appeared to resemble Chinese mafia gangsters, and they learned about what Huryu and his friends are up to, and intend to beat them to the punch, as the mafia men are also after the coveted ingredients. You hear that, boss? They're also after that ingredient we seek. I hear it, boys. We need to get there before those brats do. Yeah, and maybe beat them up. I know a shortcut and I got an idea. Follow me, boys. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. As the mafia gang began taking their leave, the scene shifts at the entrance of the Chinatown stall, where a new shopper came, and the Chinese merchants were taken aback at seeing the new shopper, as he is seen wearing yellow pants, a long-sleeved yellow shirt with an upper zipper, red gloves, red boots, a long white cape, and he is bald. The shopper is revealed to be a hero identified only as Saitama. And he came here by coincidence, as he is looking for a market that sells food, vegetables, or ingredients that has a bargain price. And he is on his way back to his apartment when he happened to pass by Yokohama. And upon seeing the stalls, Saitama to see if he could find food and ingredients for a cheap price. The Chinese merchants began whispering among themselves in Cantonese, as they never encountered a costumed individual before, and wondered if he is a graduate of UA High or if he is a pro hero, as they felt that Saitama's bald look makes him look like a hero wannabe. Hey, look at that. Is he a pro hero? He's bald. Must be a fan. Be careful ... He could be a bum pretending to be a hero ... And he might attempt to swindle us. He sure looks stupid. Or all Japanese are like that. Because the merchants spoke in Cantonese, Saitama did not understand what they are saying. But he did not seem to mind as he continued to check out the stalls, and some of the merchants decided to show their items in an effort to entice him to buy them. Come over here. We sell any items suited for any season. Spring, summer, Christmas, you name it. They are cheap to buy. We offer good luck charms, good for summer and Christmas. Have a look. I am sure you will like it. Free trial here. Saitama politely declines and asked if there is a nearby market that sells vegetables and other ingredient, which they said that there are many if he go forward and take a turn to the first corner, where there is a mini market that sells vegetables and spices. Saitama politely thanked them as he went on his way. And the merchants glanced at Saitama, their opinions divided, as they never seen an individual who looked ... odd ... and plain silly after seeing him in costume. And they wondered if Saitama is either a pro hero or a rookie villain who may or may not be connected to the League of Villains. Did you see that? He looked odd, more like a mercenary, especially with that bald look. And what's with that getup? Is he supposed to be a superhero? I never seen him before, not even on the news. Must be one of those leagues that I heard. But that guy looked like a kind man. Though he looked quite stupid, maybe a good guy. Suppose he is merely. Saitama went on his way as he is heading to the mini market to find the vegetables he is seeking to buy. Moments later, the scene shifts to a place within Chinatown, where a shop is located, and you can see an elderly shopkeeper is running the shop, assisted by his young granddaughter. And it turns out that they are holding a very rare ingredient that the 3 Class 1B students and Genos seek to buy. However, the shopkeeper is unsure whether to sell it, as it is only one item and is very rare. And he is pondering on holding on to it for now and try to buy more. His granddaughter, age 7, tells him to keep it for now, since it would be best to buy more so that if the items becomes a sought after, he would have more supplies to sell. Which the elderly man agreed and decided to keep it. But then the mafia men arrived and found the item they seek, and attempted to bribe the elderly man, which he refused. Hey, how about a deal ... We can give you money. Just give us that ingredient and you'll be rich. Sorry, but I can't. Why not? That's the only one left ... If you can wait for about 2 weeks, I might have enough supply. We'll take it. Sorry, but no. Seeing that they would not budge, the mafia leader's goons grabbed and slit the child's throat, which slowly killed her, and the other goons slit the throat of the elderly man, killing him, and the men took the item they seek and are ready to bolt out. But then one of the goons uses a binocular and saw Genos approaching the shop. And not far are the 3 Class 1B students, whom the gang recognized as the UA Academy students due to them wearing the UA school uniforms. As the mafia leader is told about it, an idea came to his head after seeing Genos, noting that his cybernetic looks would come in handy, and he told his goons what to do. And the goons nodded after being told of the plan, and they agreed to it, seeing that they can get away with it. I see, so that's it. That's a good idea. I know, right? Now go to your queue. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Several seconds later, Genos is approaching the shop when the mafia goons ran off, shoving past him as they made a run for it, and as Genos wondered what is going on, he checked the shop and found the 2 dead bodies. And there the mafia leader passes himself off as an eyewitness and told Genos that the men who ran off murdered the victims, and this caused Genos to become alarmed. Genos then instructed the mafia leader to call for an ambulance while he chases the escaping culprits, which the mafia leader nodded in response. Go call 119. Why yeah. Tell the operator the location and get some medics. Why yeah. Try to give first aid to the victims if possible. Why yeah. And if someone comes in, tell them what happened. Why yeah. Not far. The mafia goons approached the 3 Class 1B students and told them about a murder and implicated Genos as they gave a description of what he looked like and claimed that Genos is a mechanical murderer who is the newest weapon of Tamura Shigaraki, saying that he is loaded with bladed weapons that killed the shopkeeper and his granddaughter. And Hiryu became alarmed at what he just heard and asked where the killer is since Shigaraki's name is mentioned. The mafia goons pointed out towards the shop, where Genos emerged, and upon seeing Genos, which the mafia goons described his appearance, Hiryu believed that Genos is the culprit and tells Pony and Monoma to get ready as they are going to take down the murderer. Pony nodded and she is getting ready, but Monoma foolishly stated that his is his chance to shine and put Class 1 to shame. But Hiryu berated Monoma for that and tells him to focus on the perceived villains, which Monoma nodded sheepishly. Monoma, what? Just focus on the villain. Never mind about 1A. Just concentrate on that guy. Why yes, sir. At the shop, the mafia leader pointed to Genos the 3 Class 1B students, saying that their uniforms are the uniforms of terrorists, and are about to carry out bomb explosions of sorts, which Genos asked if he is sure, seeing that the trio appeared to be teenagers. But the mafia leader told him not to be deceived by their looks, as the trio are in league with the mafia goons who killed the 2 victims. As Genos ponder on whether this is the truth or not as he glances at the approaching teens, the mafia goon sneaked away and escaped by a nearby window, and then removed his blazer and puts on a white-colored one. Then removed his hat and approached the approaching Class 1B students, passing off again as a passing eyewitness and told them he witnessed a double murder and pointed at Genos. As Genos momentarily glanced at the bodies to see if the victims can still be saved, he did not notice the mafia leader talking to Hiryu's group, and the scene shows that Hiryu, Pony, and Monoma approached the shop and were shocked at what they saw, and assumed that Genos murdered them, and the trio gets ready to fight him. Genos saw Pony's appearance, assuming her to be a monster, and his assumption was justified as Pony jumped and did a horse kick which sends him reeling. And Hiryu tells Monoma to try copying Genos' power, unaware that Genos is a cyborg who possesses no quirk. Monoma smirked as he would get the chance to shine for glory. Monoma, yeah, hit that guy ... and see if he has a quirk that you might use against him. Sure, go, here I come. Monoma did so and touched him, and he tried to use it, only to find out that nothing happened, and he tells Hiryu that Genos has no quirk, and assumed that he is a robot after feeling his metal skin, which made Hiryu become cautious. He has no quirk. Yeah ... and I can feel metal on his skin. Must be a robot. Looks like it. What now? Let's see what Pony can do. Okay. Genos, by then, caught Pony and punched her on her gut, sending her careening outside the shop, where it started to attract attention. And there Hiryu felt that they are going to need help as he believed that Genos could be the League of Villains trump card, and ordered Monoma to run and get help, which Monoma asked if he is sure. Hiryu sternly said yes, and Monoma reluctantly nodded as he began to ran off, and as Genos is about to chase Monoma, assuming that he is in league with the mafia goons, Hiryu blocked him, and both individuals are facing off, unaware that they are being tricked into attacking each other. Stop right there. Where do you think you're going? I should be the one asking you that. You're not getting away, and neither will you. You're going down. I don't think so. Meanwhile, the scene shifts at a safe house, where a recently paroled small-time crook is talking to someone. The crook still has bandages on his head and is wanting revenge, but he knew that he could not do so, and resorted in hiring an assassin to do the work for him. By then the assassin arrived as he is contacted by the crook, offering him large sum of money in exchange for his services. The assassin looked on as he is expecting that his assigned target would be the one he is looking for. He is identified only as Speedo Sound Sonic, and he is a ninja. Sonic said he is willing to take out a target provided that she is quite a challenge. There the crook showed the pictures of Sonic's intended targets, which Sonic raised an eyebrow upon seeing the pictures of the targets, which turn out to be Shoto Todoroki, Katsuki Bakugo, Izuku Midoriya. Sonic asked why is he assigned to assassinate a trio of kids, but the crook reasoned that the trio teens defeated his gang, and that the trio are difficult to deal with, and said that he approached Sonic after getting a video of the ninja possessing enough skills to deal with the trio, and showed Sonic the footage of the UA Academy Sports Festival, where Sonic saw his target's powers. Todoroki possessing cryokinesis. Bakugo has explosive attacks. Izuku appeared to have power punches and nothing more. The crook then gave Sonic a check amounting to 1 million yen as a down payment, and promised to give the other down payment upon completion. Sonic thought about it for a moment, and eventually accepted, seeing that the trio teens looked like a challenge, and opted to use them as guinea pigs to try out his new moves before facing his true intended target, Saitama. So will you accept? Very well, I'll take it. Really? Yes, good. Just make sure you keep your promise. I will. Good. Not far from the shop, Saitama continued to look around at the various stalls, looking for something to buy which involves ingredients for cooking food. And so far he is having a good time as he is able to purchase some vegetables and spices. And right now he is unaware of the conflict his disciple is embroiled in. As he continued to trek around the area, some Chinese merchants glanced at Saitama, noting his bald look and his superhero attire, as they wondered if he is a new pro hero as they checked the brochures and newspapers, where Saitama is not among the pro heroes who is an alumni of UA Academy. And they wondered if he is either a fraud or a villain. Look at that. Is he a new hero? He's not in the newspapers or TV. Is he really a hero? I bet he's a fraud. I think he's a villain. He's bald. Looks stupid. As Saitama went to one stall, he asked if he's selling some salmon, which the merchant nodded and gave it to him. And as Saitama handed the payment, the merchant asked if he is a new superhero on the block, which Saitama innocently answered that he is a pro hero for about 4 months ago, and said that he works at the Heroes Association. The Chinese merchants nearby blinked their eyes as they listened to what Saitama said to the other merchant. Hero Association. Yeah, sorry, I never heard of that. Really? Yes, I see. After that, Saitama left, and the other merchants whispered to each other as they seemed to be unfamiliar with the so-called Heroes Association, as they are only familiar with the pro heroes who graduated from UA Academy, and they believed and assumed that Saitama could be a villain masquerading as a pro hero. Look at that. He said he works at some hero company. It's not in the newspapers or TV. Is he really a hero? I bet he's a fraud. I think he's a villain. Better be careful. He might be a scammer. He really looked stupid. Outside, the mafia goons are slowly escaping the scene as they watched Hiryu and his classmates head inside the shop, and they are pleased at the scam they made, knowing that the UA Academy students will be busy tangling with Genos after tricking them into thinking that the heroic cyborg killed the shopkeeper, as well as tricking Genos into thinking that Hiryu and his friends committed the murder. Thus, the mafia goons can get away unscathed and in the clear. The mafia boss told his men that once the brawl begins, they make a getaway so that they can escape within the chaos that is about to commence shortly. Which the goon asked what if it attracts other pro heroes, which the mafia boss said that it will make things easier as the pro heroes will focus on Genos and nothing else. Boss. What if those brats and that other guy start brawling? Then we make a clean getaway. Shouldn't we stay and watch? Yeah, wanna see those brats get killed? No can do. We bolt out while we get the chance. I'm sure either of them will get killed anyway. I see. I got it. Right. Inside the shop, as Genos momentarily glanced at the bodies to see if the victims can still be saved, he did not notice the mafia leader talking to Hiryu's group, and the scene shows that Hiryu, Pony, and Monoma approached the shop and were shocked at what they saw, and assumed that Genos murdered them, and the trio gets ready to fight him. Genos saw Pony's appearance, assuming her to be a monster, and his assumption was justified as Pony jumped and did a horse kick which sends him reeling. And Hiryu tells Monoma to try copying Genos' power, unaware that Genos is a cyborg who possesses no quirk. Monoma smirked as he would get the chance to shine for glory. Monoma, yeah, get that guy ... and see if he has a quirk that you might use against him. Sure, go, here I come. Monoma did so and touched him, and he tried to use it, only to find out that nothing happened, and he tells Hiryu that Genos has no quirk, and assumed that he is a robot after feeling his metal skin, which made Hiryu become cautious. He has no quirk. Yeah ... and I can feel metal on his skin. Must be a robot. Looks like it. What now? Let's see what Pony can do. Okay, Genos, by then, caught Pony and punched her on her gut, sending her careening outside the shop, disabling her, where it started to attract attention. And there Hiryu felt that they are going to need help as he believed that Genos could be the League of Villains trump card. and ordered Monoma to run and get help, which Monoma asked if he is sure. Hiryu sternly said yes, and Monoma reluctantly nodded as he began to ran off, and as Genos is about to chase Monoma, assuming that he is in league with the mafia goons, Hiryu blocked him, and both individuals are facing off, unaware that they are being tricked into attacking each other. Stop right there. Where do you think you're going? I should be the one asking you that. You're not getting away, and neither will you. You're going down. I don't think so. Hiryu and Genos brace themselves as they are about to do battle, not knowing that they are manipulated into fighting each other after being tricked into thinking that each of them committed the murder, and had no idea that the real culprits are getting away. Outside Chinatown, Izuku Midoriya was passing by, as he is taking a trip as he had free time, and though he wanted to do some training, he was told by All Might to take a break once in a while to ease his mind, and Izuku took the advice well and decided to take a stroll and went window shopping. And upon seeing the entrance of Chinatown, Izuku pondered about taking a peek, as he has never been there before. There Ochako Uraraka happened to be passing by and greeted Izuku, and the two teens exchanged pleasantries. Deku-kun. Ah, Uraraka-san, how are you doing? Fine, what about you? Just passing by. Nice to see you. Yeah, since we just met up. Why don't we hang out together? Sure. As the two teens are chatting, they did not notice Monoma running past them as he is mentally pondering on who to call for help, and he outright refused to call Class 1 due to his unjustified grudge against them due to being jealous at their popularity, and that he is unwilling to let one hog the glory, and he intend to summon his classmates from 1B to do the job. However, he unknowingly head towards someone and is on the verge of colliding with the person, but the person was unfazed and did a quick jab punch on Monoma's gut and he is knocked out. Then tosses Monoma aside and the UA Academy student is sprawled on the ground, which Izuku and Uraraka noticed it, and there the person pointed his finger at Izuku, saying that he has found the target that he is seeking. Yo, found you. Hey, you must be Izuku Midoriya. Who are you? Nothing personal ... but I was commissioned to take you out. Dead or really dead? What? That person who challenged Izuku turned out to be Speedo Sound Sonic. And the ninja assassin is mentally baffled upon seeing Izuku in person, wondering if the boy is really a threat, as he finds Izuku too plain to be considered a threat. But given that the politician wanted Izuku dead, as well as offering him a huge sum of money as payment, Sonic decided to take the job in an effort to try out his training and use Izuku as a stepping stone before setting his sights on Saitama himself to settle the score. He then tells Izuku to brace himself as he will take his job seriously and has no qualms who his target is, and Izuku asked why he did that to Monoma, which Sonic nonchalantly replied, You ... why ... why did you do that to Monoma? Oh, that. He is in my way. I did what I had to do ... get him out of my way. And you have to hurt him just for that. Not my problem. But enough of that ... you're next. Izuku braces himself after seeing what Sonic did to Monoma, and he tells Uraraka to be careful as he believed that Sonic is a new villain and may be affiliated to Tamura Shigaraki, which Uraraka nodded and tells Izuku to be careful as well. Uraraka-san, be careful. That guy could be dangerous. Get ready. If possible, try to call for help. Deku-kun. Izuku cautiously approaches Sonic and asked what does he want and did he really have do that to Monoma and what does he want after stating that he is after, in which Sonic reiterated that Monoma got in his way and he puts him in his place. Sonic then said that he is hired to get rid of certain targets for a price and stated that Izuku has won the targets, though he wondered why his client hired assassins to deal with a bunch of kids, but stated that if he is being paid that big, then he believed that Izuku may be strong and decided to accept the contract and deal with it. Izuku tried reasoning with Sonic, but Sonic tells Izuku to brace himself, saying if the boy is strong as his client claimed, then he will finish him off to complete the contract. And without warning he threw explosive shuriken, which Izuku dodges, but the shuriken struck a window of a nearby shop and caused an explosion, sending shrapnel and injured scores of victims, turning the area into a scene of bloodbath. Many wailed and screamed in pain and shouting for help. Many of those struck were women and children. GGGYYYAHH. Help. Someone help US. My baby. Mommy. We are under attack. Save US. Izuku stared wide-eyed in horror and became agitated towards Sonic, demanding why he would go that far. But Sonic said that Izuku is to be blamed for dodging his shurikens, and tells him to die now if he wants less casualties or else he will keep it up. Izuku clenched his fists as he never thought he would encounter someone with such murderous urge and tells Sonic that he will fight him and put a stop to his shallow reasons of hunting him, which Sonic smirked as he will get to see why the corrupt politician wants Izuku killed. Damn you. If it's a fight you want, I'm in. Really? Good. You'll pay. I doubt it. You really are going to pay. Then bring it on, you brat. As the scene shifts further within the Chinatown market area, Saitama is seen looking for bargain-priced food items and negotiated for bargain prices, which had slight success whilst others said that their prices are already fixed, and their Saitama had no choice but to settle for the items that he could afford purchasing, and went to the next stalls for other items that attract his attention. The Chinese merchants glanced at Saitama as they whispered among themselves if he is a pro-hero or a fraud, given Saitama's hero outfit, but took more notice on his bald and silly-looking appearance and wondered if he is really a hero or just a fraud, as they noted that he doesn't look like one given his bald and silly-looking face. Look at that guy. His clothes are. Is he a pro-hero? Probably a fraud. People these days are trying to cash in on real heroes these days. He sure looked stupid. He's bald, and an odd one at that. As Saitama is walking around, the mafia goons who framed Genos are running towards his way, carrying the stolen items, and are heard talking about how they managed to frame the cyborg and have the students from UA Academy deal with him so that they can make a clean getaway, which they are proud of their murderous accomplishments. Those comments caught Saitama's attention when the mafia goons made light of Genos' descriptions, which Saitama recognized as he listened to the mafia goons' foolish comments. We sure made that metal-looking guy take the blame. Yeah, that cyborg-looking guy will deal with those UA brats. He's so easy to fool. And thanks to that guy we can get away with the stolen ingredients. And he can help us escape. Too bad we'll be a long one. That cyborg-looking youth is so stupid. Very stupid. As the mafia goons are about to further their escape, they bumped into Saitama as he stood in their path and asked them what they just said about Genos. And the mafia goons, unaware about Saitama's nature, ignorantly tells him to get out of their way or else he would pay dearly. Saitama was clueless about the threats and asked them again about what they said about Genos, but the mafia goons said that they have no intentions of answering that question and gave him another warning, telling him to get out of their way or else they will shoot him down if they have to. Get out of our way. We mean it. You got a death wish. I'm just asking ... What were you guys saying about Genos? Who cares? Now out of our way. You want to die. Saitama just stared at them and asked again about their comments regarding Genos, and a pissed-off mafia goon attempted to punch him off, but Saitama did an uppercut which sent him upward and landed on a large garbage bin. The other goon took out a knife and is about to stab his target, but Saitama again did an uppercut and the goon went flying till landing on the same garbage bin. The remaining mafia member became terrified and begged for mercy, and Saitama asked him what the comment he made just now means and what does Genos have to do with it. As the remaining goon attempted to escape, Saitama gripped the goon's hand. The goon screamed out in pain and begged for mercy. Saitama again asked what is the deal, and unable to bear the pain, the goon is forced to spill the beans and admitted the reason. Saitama blinked his eyes after being told about the UA Academy and its students, as he is unaware about that academy, and is also unaware that the students are aspiring heroes. But after hearing about Genos getting embroiled, Saitama knocked the goon out and went to the scene of the battle, where moments later he saw several onlookers watching the fight, which near the crime scene. Upon arriving, he saw Genos having knocked out Hiryu, and he is quite surprised to see the fallen UA Academy students are high school-aged persons. He called out Genos and asked him what just happened, and after hearing his side, Saitama informed the cyborg that he was tricked as the mafia goons are the actual culprits. Genos was surprised to hear this and asked for confirmation from Saitama. What was that? You've heard me, Genos. You were tricked. So they're high school students, attending a school for aspiring heroes ... or so that what I was told. Where's the victim? Inside the shop, Saitama-sensei. I'll take a look. Saitama went inside the shop and found the bodies, and he went out and asked the witnesses to call for the police, informing them of the bodies being found, which surprised the onlookers and they began accusing Saitama and Genos of being the murderers. Saitama explained himself and said that the mafia goons were the culprits, but then Shoto Todoroki happened to pass by the scene and saw Hiryu and Pony sprawled on the ground. And as the witnesses pointed their fingers at Genos, Todoroki is ready to take the fight. But Saitama stood in between and explained to Todoroki about what he found out. Todoroki raised an eyebrow and tells Saitama his alibi would be questioned and suggested that he and Genos come along to explain. But Genos tells Saitama that he must catch the mafia goons who murdered the shop owner. But Saitama tells the cyborg that the mafia goons are already knocked out and are ready to be picked up, which surprises Genos. What? They're already been taken care of, Genos? Really, Saitama-sensei? Yeah, they're knocked out and are ready for pickup. I see. Looks like those goons really tricked you. Aye. Looks like we'll have to explain to the police what really happened. Todoroki listened to the conversation between Saitama and Genos and is weighing in on the words they said. And now he is giving them the benefit of a doubt, seeing that neither of them are attempting to escape. And when Saitama showed the stolen ingredient he retrieved from the mafia goons and explained everything, Todoroki insisted that Genos should explain everything at the police station due to the circumstantial evidence and the fact that he fought off 2 of Class 1B students of UA Academy. Genos would be written off as a culprit, and said that if Genos went along peacefully and proved his claims, he would be let off and his innocence would be proven. Saitama glanced at Genos, which the cyborg thought carefully, and said that he will come along to prove his innocence. As Genos is about to come quietly, Todoroki's father, Endeavor, showed up, and seeing that Hiryu and Pony are unconscious, and believing that Todoroki did nothing to stop Genos, assuming that the cyborg is a villain, he is disappointed and delivered a strong punch which sends Genos to another direction. Todoroki is incensed and berated his father for his reckless actions. But Endeavor scolded his son for being too lax, saying that the culprit is talking his way out to escape. But Todoroki insisted that Genos is turning himself in to prove his innocence, but is ignored. Endeavor, stop. You are too lax, Shoto. He is about to turn himself in. A hero must take action in apprehending the villain. Your 2 classmates were assaulted and you could have been. There is a misunderstanding. Step aside, Shoto. I will show you how to deal with the villain. I said stop. Silence, Shoto. As Todoroki and Endeavor argued, the onlookers recognized Endeavor, who is recognized for being a pro-hero, and assumed that he is here to stop the culprit, and unjustly rooted for him and cheered him to capture the villains, assuming that Genos and Saitama being the suspects. It's Endeavor. Go, Endeavor. We'll root for you. Show those con artists who are the real heroes. Beat them up. Show them who the real heroes are. Go get them. You rock. As Endeavor shoved his son aside, he glanced at Saitama, and seeing his costume, he believed that he is also a villain and asked if Saitama is connected to Genos. And when Saitama answered honestly, Endeavor glared and tells his son this is how he takes down a villain, and his right fist is enveloped in flames and delivered a strong punch to his target's torso. As the blow can be heard and the onlookers felt the impact of the blow. However, they are stunned in silence as Saitama went a bit backwards, yet he still stood there, showing no ill effects of Endeavor's blows, and are starting to get worried as they think that Saitama is a powerful villain who somewhat withstood Endeavor's attacks. No way. He looked okay. He withstood Endeavor's fiery blows. Is that villain strong? We're in trouble. Wait, maybe Endeavor is warming up. Let's wait and see. Right. Endeavor stared in disbelief, and yet he is undaunted as he delivered a barrage of punching blows and even fired a pyrokinetic blast at Saitama. But Saitama stood there as if he is perplexed at what his attacker is doing, and even asked if he has a problem. Endeavor stared further in disbelief, seeing that his target stood there like nothing has happened. And Todoroki urged his father to stop and let him handle things from here, saying that unless proven guilty, Saitama is deemed innocent and that Genos is offering to explain his side. But Endeavor voiced his disapproval, saying that Hiryu and Pony assaulted by Genos, and possibly Saitama, are enough proof that they are villains, and berated Todoroki for being too soft and reasoned that his son will never be a hero that would live up to the family name and legacy, which only agitate Todoroki for hearing his father's selfish words. You are truly a fool. What was that? You call yourself a hero. What? I truly despise you. You are not worth being my parent. You do not even know what a hero means. Shoto. However, Saitama decided to end this and did an uppercut punch, which sends Endeavor upward, and soon landed on a large garbage bin, which shocked the onlookers and Todoroki, having seen what just happened and wondered what kind of person Saitama is, having dispatched the number 2 hero with just 1 punch. Oh my, he just, Endeavor. He's just 1 punch. What is he? Is he a really powerful villain? No way. Todoroki stared in surprise as Saitama attended to Genos, seeing that his cybernetic chest was dented. And there Saitama asked Genos if he is okay, and while the cyborg assured that he is okay, Saitama is unconvinced, seeing that sparks are seen on the cyborg's circuitry. And he asked Todoroki if this is how the police handle things, which Todoroki apologized, reasoning that pro-heroes tend to jump to conclusion, but assured that not all heroes are like what Endeavor does. Saitama blinked his eyes at hearing the word hero, and asked Todoroki if he is also a hero, in which Todoroki said that Hiryu and Pony are aspiring heroes who study at UA Academy, which made Saitama perplexed and said that he never heard such an academy that teaches students doing superhero stuff. Out of curiosity, Todoroki asked what Saitama and Genos are, if they are villains or not, and Saitama replied that he and Genos are heroes and are affiliated at Heroes Association. Todoroki blinked his eyes at hearing this and asked if Saitama is telling the truth. Heroes Association. Yeah, you two are pro-heroes. Yeah, we are. I never heard of this association you mentioned. Really? Yes. Well, by then, Endeavor showed up, looking pissed and humiliated, and declared that Saitama and Genos are villains and should be taken down, which Todoroki uses his ice powers to form a wall and tells his father to stop. But Endeavor smashed it to bits and tells his son to watch and learn. vowing to show him how a hero works, and he is now ready to get into action. Saitama watches on, seeing that Endeavor is itching for a fight and asked if he is really a hero who picks on a fight. But Endeavor scoffed and said that Saitama and Genos won't be able to talk their way out of escaping their crimes, saying that villains must be taken down hard. Saitama reiterated that he and Genos are not villains. But Endeavor tells him to shut up and suffer the wrath of Endeavor. Look, you won't fool me, but we're not. You will be taken down. Listen, prepare yourselves. Oh boy. The passerby and the merchants inside Chinatown convenes as they are about to witness the battle between Endeavor and Saitama, as Saitama tries to explain to Endeavor that everything is a misunderstanding. Though Endeavor is unwilling to listen and is ready to take the fight, Shoto again stood in between and urged his dad to stay his hand, as he may have found proof that Saitama and Genos are innocent, and proves it by saying that Saitama and Genos are not using hostages or attacking people, which Endeavor glanced at Saitama, perturbed at seeing the bald man's costume getup, and then asked why our Pony and Hurryu are unconscious and sprawled on the ground, and said if their alibi is worth it, then he will consider. Genos then explained that he was tricked into believing that Pony and Hurryu are the culprits, as he is told so by some men in business attires, and saw the bodies of the victims inside the shop. Saitama then told Genos that the men he mentioned are over the corner and are knocked out. He revealed that he heard them saying that they tricked Genos into thinking that the two teenagers are the culprits, which caused a chain reaction that led to this. As Shoto slowly sees the reason, he said that he will round up the true culprit, but requested that Saitama and Genos come along peacefully with Endeavor so that they can explain their sides to the police, and once proven of their innocence they will be released without charges. Sir, I humbly ask you and your friend to go along with my father. Why? You need to make a statement to the police and prove your innocence. Do we have to? Yes, and if you come along peacefully and make a statement, the misunderstanding will be cleared. Okay. Thank you. As Shoto went on to check the unconscious men, Endeavor stared at Saitama as he wondered if he is really an innocent man or not, as he survived the attacks that Endeavor used on him without a scratch. By then a passerby came and told Endeavor that he saw another UA student is being attacked. And when Endeavor asked if it's a monster, the passerby said it was human and dressed like an unmasked ninja with a ponytail. A person, you say? Yes. What does he look like? Does he possess a quirk? Not sure, but he has ponytail ... and dressed like a ninja. A ninja? Yes. Saitama heard it and approached the passerby and asked for the description of the ninja. And after being told, Saitama sighed in concern. And when Genos asked if he knows about this ninja, Saitama confirmed it that the ninja in question is none other than Speedo Sound Sonic. He asked the passerby where the ninja is, and after being told, he told Genos to help the unconscious Pony and Hurryu while he will deal with Sonic. Endeavor asked where Saitama is going, and after being told, he said he will keep an eye on him, which Saitama said it's fine, much to Endeavor's surprise. You're going to deal with this ninja? Yeah. And you're not going to escape? Yeah. I rather keep an eye on you. Fine. As Shoto found the unconscious mafia men, he tied them up and is about to secure them when he saw Saitama leaving the scene with Endeavor following, and he wondered what is going on. And there he told one of the merchants to call the police and have the mafia men picked up, which the merchant said that he will. After that, Shoto went ahead to follow where Endeavor is heading to. Outside the entryway of Chinatown, the scene shows that Izuku cautiously approaches Sonic and asked what does he want and did he really have do that to Monoma and what does he want after stating that he is after, in which Sonic reiterated that Monoma got in his way and he puts him in his place. Sonic then said that he is hired to get rid of certain targets for a price and stated that Izuku has won the targets, though he wondered why his client hired assassins to deal with a bunch of kids, but stated that if he is being paid that big, then he believed that Izuku may be strong and decided to accept the contract and deal with it. Izuku tried reasoning with Sonic, but Sonic tells Izuku to brace himself, saying if the boy is strong as his client claimed, then he will finish him off to complete the contract. And without warning he threw explosive shurikens, which Izuku dodges, but the shurikens struck a window of a nearby shop and caused an explosion, sending shrapnel and injured scores of victims, turning the area into a scene of bloodbath. Many wailed and screamed in pain and shouting for help. Many of those struck were women and children. Help. Someone help US. My baby. Mommy. We are under attack. Save US. Izuku stared wide-eyed in horror and became agitated towards Sonic, demanding why he would go that far. But Sonic said that Izuku is to be blamed for dodging his shurikens, and tells him to die now if he wants less casualties or else he will keep it up. Izuku clenched his fists as he never thought he would encounter someone with such murderous urge and tells Sonic that he will fight him and put a stop to his shallow reasons of hunting him, which Sonic smirked as he will get to see why the corrupt politician wants Izuku killed. Damn you. If it's a fight you want, I'm in. Really? Good. You'll pay. I doubt it. You really are going to pay. Then bring it on, you brat. Izuku then began to summon his quirk and began to focus on the speed as he intends to get close to Sonic and hit him with a single blow so as to knock Sonic out and stop his senseless attack. And as he did so, the powered Izuku got quite close and is ready to use Smash, but Sonic moved away at a distance and uses explosive shuriken, hitting him, which caused his arms to bleed. Uraraka stared in shock as she never seen someone that can move that fast. Moreover, it was the first time that she saw an actual ninja and began to think of a way to assist Izuku. But then she saw Sonic using his speed to get around Izuku and drew out his katana and attempted to stab his target. But Izuku managed to evade it. Sonic then threw more shuriken and Izuku was able to dodge them. But Sonic took the advantage and got close, uses his katana and managed to slash Izuku's left cheek. And out of instinct, Izuku uses his quirk and struck the katana, causing it to explode, and Sonic backed away, slightly taken by surprise. As Izuku landed on the ground, Uraraka checked on him and is concerned to see the deep cut on his cheek and is bleeding continuously, and asked if he is okay. Izuku tells Uraraka to go get help, saying that getting close to him is too risky given how quick and nimble Sonic is, and tells Uraraka that she might not be able to use her quirk without getting the risk of getting stabbed or being hit by shuriken. Uraraka sin ... go ... Deku, get help ... that guy's too dangerous. But I can. Don't ... you might not be able to use your quirk. He's quick and agile. But, trust me, go get help. Deku, hurry. However, Sonic threw several shuriken at all directions so suddenly, and seeing that there is no time to evade them, he uses his body to protect Uraraka and the shuriken exploded as it struck his back. Izuku screamed out in pain as he fell to the ground. And Uraraka is horrified upon seeing the back portion of his shirt ripped into tatters and is bleeding all over. She shouted at Izuku to hang on, but he is too hurt to respond as he is in pain. Deku, hold on. Deku, Deku. Sonic slowly approached Izuku as he brandishes another katana, and said he slowly see why his client wants Izuku dead, and while stating that he still wishes to kill Saitama, Izuku would do as he said that the boy is slightly on par. Thinking fast, Uraraka saw a huge mailbox and uses her quirk while touching the mailbox, causing it to float and hurled it towards Sonic, in which Sonic slashes it with ease, and saw what Uraraka did. And now he considers in dealing with her as well, telling her she has no chance in taking on a ninja like him. I see. So that's your power. Well, it won't do you any good. You're no match for a skilled ninja like me. As Sonic approaches, Uraraka went into a defensive stance as she recalled the gunhead martial arts skill she learned and intend to make Sonic do a sword slash, then grab his arm and pin him down. But then Sonic uses his after image move and disappeared from her sight. And as she looked around, Sonic appeared from behind. And luckily she was able to figure where he would appear and moved out of the way, just as Sonic uses a sword slash and narrowly missed its target, only barely grazed her shirt. Sonic then went after Uraraka as he intended to kill her as well before resuming and targeting Izuku. And as he is about to throw his shuriken, he stopped suddenly as he saw a familiar face. It was Saitama, and the bald-headed hero saw Izuku lying face down, his back bleeding badly, and slowly went serious as he never thought Sonic would stoop this low in attacking people. He asked Sonic why he struck a miner, in which Sonic justified that he was hired to kill him and nothing more. But then he will put his contract on hold now that Saitama has shown up, and tells him that he will settle things with him once and for all, much to Saitama's dismay. Looks like today is my lucky day. Are you really that shallow? Attacking a boy, just being hired to kill him ... But since you're here, Saitama, I'll kill you. Time to die. You really are a lost cause. Have it you, Saitama. Endeavor arrived and is quite surprised to see the damage that Sonic has done, and saw Izuku's injured state, just as Shoto arrived and is shocked to see Izuku's predicament. He then approached Uraraka and asked what happened, and she told him that Sonic is a dangerous opponent and is targeting Izuku all this time. So he really is a ninja. Yes, Todoroki-kun. And he is after Midoriya all this time. That's what that ninja said. This is bad. We got to help Deku. Okay. Sonic smirked deviously as he tells Saitama to brace himself as he will take him down once and for all to end their rivalry before completing his contract to finish off Izuku. As Shoto attempted to reach to Izuku, Sonic threw explosive shuriken at him, which Shoto instinctively uses his ice quirk to form an ice wall to block the shuriken. There Sonic tells Shoto not to touch Izuku as he is his target, and tells Shoto that if he attempts to get Izuku he will target Shoto as well. Hands off. That boy is my prey. So back off. Get in my way, and I'll take you on. As Sonic approaches, Uraraka went into a defensive stance as she recalled the gunhead martial arts skill she learned and intend to make Sonic do a sword slash, then grab his arm and pin him down. But then Sonic uses his after image move and disappeared from her sight. And as she looked around, Sonic appeared from behind, And luckily she was able to figure where he would appear and moved out of the way, just as Sonic uses a sword slash and narrowly missed its target, only barely grazed her shirt. Sonic then went after Uraraka as he intended to kill her as well before resuming and targeting Izuku. And as he is about to throw his shuriken, he stopped suddenly as he saw a familiar face. It was Saitama, and the bald-headed hero saw Izuku lying face down, his back bleeding badly, and slowly went serious as he never thought Sonic would stoop this low in attacking people. He asked Sonic why he struck a minor, in which Sonic justified that he was hired to kill him and nothing more. But then he will put his contract on hold now that Saitama has shown up, and tells him that he will settle things with him once and for all, much to Saitama's dismay. Looks like today is my lucky day. Are you really that shallow? Attacking a boy, just being hired to kill him ... But since you're here, Saitama, I'll kill you. Time to die. You really are a lost cause. Have it you, Saitama. Endeavor arrived and is quite surprised to see the damage that Sonic has done, and saw Izuku's injured state, just as Shoto arrived and is shocked to see Izuku's predicament. He then approached Uraraka and asked what happened, and she told him that Sonic is a dangerous opponent and is targeting Izuku all this time. So he really is a ninja. Yes, Todoroki-kun. And he is after Midoriya all this time. That's what that ninja said. This is bad. We got to help Deku. Okay. Sonic smirked deviously as he tells Saitama to brace himself as he will take him down once and for all to end their rivalry before completing his contract to finish off Izuku. As Shoto attempted to reach to Izuku, Sonic threw explosive shuriken at him, which Shoto instinctively uses his ice quirk to form an ice wall to block the shuriken. There Sonic tells Shoto not to touch Izuku as he is his target, and tells Shoto that if he attempts to get Izuku he will target Shoto as well. Hands off. That boy is my prey. So back off. Get in my way and I'll take you on. However, Saitama appeared from behind and told Sonic to stop this foolishness and leave the teens alone, which Sonic was taken aback and he backed away before throwing his shuriken at him, which struck the bald-headed, costumed hero. But Uraraka and Shoto were astounded to see that Saitama showed no visible damage. As Uraraka began to apply first aid on Izuku's wounds, Shoto helped her carry Izuku away, and placed him at a distance as they watched Saitama and Sonic battle, and became more and more shocked as they saw Saitama effortlessly evaded Sonic's move. And the two teens wondered who Saitama is, as they never seen someone with that kind of speed, and wondered what quirk he uses, unaware that Saitama does not really possess a quirk. Such speed. I never see anything like that. He may be able to defeat that ninja. Todoroki-kun. What? Do you have any idea what quirk that bald guy uses? I don't know, Uraraka-san. Not far. Two UA Academy students are passing by, who turn out to be Katsuki, Bakugo, and Ijiro Kirishima, and they just left a mall after hanging out. But then they were roused by the sounds of explosives, and Bakugo grinned as he smelled the scent of battling a villain, as he is itching for action. Kirishima tells Bakugo not to act like a warmonger as they have to make sure that there are no bystanders getting injured, which Bakugo said he doesn't mind it as long as he gets to beat up a villain and get some action. Hold on, Bakugo. What? Let's check first if there are any injured civilians and all. Really? Yup. That'll help us establish ourselves as heroes in training and stuff. Fine. Whatever ... as long as I get to beat up the villain. Okay. Bakugo and Kirishima then ran off and head towards the scene of the battle, unaware that some of their classmates are there and that Izuku is badly hurt in the process. However, it already attracted some attention as some bystanders are in the way as they watched the smoke billowing from afar, and Bakugo rudely told the bystanders to get out of the way. But Kirishima told him not to be rude or else public perception towards him will be affected. Bakugo, however, said he doesn't care as long as he gets to beat up a villain regardless of what others think. Hold on, Bakugo. What? Don't be rude to others ... or else you'll get a lot of negative publicity. Who cares? I do. Fine. Whatever ... as long as I get to beat up the villain. Okay. At the scene, Sonic was getting impatient as Saitama kept on dodging him and evading the sword slashes. But eventually he caught the blade with his teeth and shattered it, which caused Uraraka and Shoto to stare in surprise, as this was the first time they saw something like this. Uraraka wondered if Saitama is a pro hero, which Shoto also wondered, as he has not heard of someone and read some of the records, where he said he doesn't know if Saitama graduated from any known hero schools. Todoroki-kun ... did you ... see that? Yeah, I did. He must be a pro hero ... but I never seen him before. Me neither. I've been checking the records through my dad ... but there's no record of any kind about that bald guy. Is he a newcomer? Don't know. I checked most of the schools. There's no record about him. Seriously? Yeah. The scene shows that Sonic decided to create more afterimages in an effort to confuse Saitama and strike him when he is vulnerable. But the Saitama did the same. Only this time he created 3 times the afterimage and eventually bested Sonic and defeated him. The ninja is sprawled on the ground, as he is at a state of disbelief that he got defeated again, and vowed to defeat Saitama the next time before passing out. How. While you were doing that, I just passed by while doing sideways jumps. Damn, a powerful shockwave in countless after images. Sorry about that. But I had to stop your foolishness. Fuck why you. Damn you, Saitama. I'll get why you next time uuhhnn. Saitama then approached Uraraka and Shoto, as they managed to apply temporary bandages on Izuku's wounds, and he asked them how Izuku is doing, in which she said that they called an ambulance and is on its way, while she asked what happened to Sonic, and Saitama said that Sonic is knocked out and he won't hurt anyone today. Shoto nodded and thanked him for the help, which Saitama said it is okay and asked if he and Uraraka are pro-heroes, which Shoto said that they are students studying at UA Academy, which is a school where students study to become pro-heroes. Saitama blinked his eyes as he never heard of such a school for heroes. Heroes. I in training. Yes, a school. For heroes. That's right. Sir. Saitama innocently said that he thought that Shoto is from the Heroes Association, which Shoto asked what is that, as he has not heard of such an institution. And there Saitama explained to Shoto what he knows, which Uraraka listened on and is curious, as she too has not heard about such an association that also caters heroes. By then Bakugo and Kirishima arrived, and seeing the partial damage, Izuku on the ground injured, Uraraka beside Izuku, and not familiar with Saitama. The two arriving UA Academy students assumed that Saitama is the culprit and tells him to step away from Shoto and Uraraka, which Saitama watched in bafflement. Hey, you. What did you do to Midoriya? Step away from our friends. Hey, we mean it. However, Bakugo is more than pumped and went straight for Saitama and unleashed explosive attacks at Saitama, and he grinned as he feels that he can earn points by defeating a villain, screaming in excitement as Saitama just stared in confusion. Got you. I'm gonna nail a villain. Hey, die. Shoto then shouted at Kirishima and Bakugo to stop, saying that Saitama is not the culprit, which Kirishima asked if Shoto is sure, in which the latter said it is true, as the real culprit is already defeated and that Bakugo is fighting the wrong suspect. Kirishima asked for confirmation, which Uraraka confirms and tells Kirishima to tell Bakugo to stop his attacks. Are you really sure? Yes, the culprit is the ninja over there. You're fighting the wrong guy. Seriously, you got to stop Bakugo-kun. Damn, please. Kirishima then shouted at Bakugo to stop, but Bakugo was too busy enjoying and beating up the supposed villain. But he failed to notice that Saitama is only staring at him in confusion as Bakugo continued to blast his target away. Die. Kid. Die. What's your problem? Die. Are you? Die. Needing to put a stop to this, Saitama did a karate chop on Bakugo's head, sending the blonde-haired boy face first to the ground, knocking him out. And Kirishima stared in shock at seeing his friend being knocked out so easily. And he approached Bakugo and tried to rouse him, to no avail as Bakugo is already knocked out and is out of commission. Hey, Bakugo, are you okay? Speak up, man. At the police station, you can see Saitama and Genos leaving, as the two heroes were able to convince the police chief that everything is a misunderstanding, and Genos' name is cleared as the real culprits are arrested, and that no charges were filed since Saitama's actions towards Bakugo were accidental after determining that Saitama mistook the blonde-haired boy for a villain after Bakugo attacked Saitama first and that Saitama acted in self-defense. Genos thanked Saitama for the help, which Saitama said that it is nothing. Saitama-sensei. Yeah, thanks. I owe you one. Oh, that's nothing. But you did help me back there. Don't worry about it, Genos. However, the two heroes were startled when Bakugo, who is being held back by Kirishima, came and tried to charge towards Saitama. He is totally pissed and humiliated at being knocked out by the bald-headed hero and wants to get even and even the score. Kirishima held his classmate back and urged him to let it go, saying that Saitama is not a villain and that he too is a pro-hero from another agency, which had little success as Bakugo is too pissed to care about what he was told about. Let me go. Bakugo, calm down. I'm gonna kill that asshole. He's a pro-hero. Like I care. He humiliated me. He's just defending himself. He mistook you for a villain. I'm gonna fucking kill him. Don't. You'll get UA Academy in trouble. Shoto watches on as he is curious after hearing Genos and Saitama's stories, and is rather intrigued when told about the Heroes Association. And there he told Endeavor that he is leaving everything to him and the police as he is heading off to the hospital to check on Izuku, as Uraraka went ahead to accompany Izuku as he is needed to have his wounds treated. Endeavor nodded as he checks on Speedo Sound Sonic, who remained knocked out, but is in restraints after seeing how dangerous the ninja is, and told the police to make sure that Sonic is fully restrained to prevent him from making an escape, which the policeman assured to Endeavor that the suspect won't escape them and not cause more trouble. Sure, no problem. Leave it to us. We got everything under control. He won't escape. You won't have to worry, sir. You have our word. Count on it. After that, everything went to normal, though Kirishima still has a bit of problem calming Bakugo down as the blonde-haired boy continued to shout at the departing Saitama and Genos, saying that it is not over yet. But Kirishima urged his classmate to knock it off and reminded him that his reckless action would get him into trouble at UA Academy, which Bakugo said he doesn't care as all he wants is to get back at Saitama for humiliating him. Kirishima told Bakugo that both Saitama and Genos are professional heroes and urges him to forget it, saying that Saitama acted in self-defense and that there is no indication that Saitama is a villain, and tells him to let it go, which Bakugo slowly and reluctantly did as told. Leave it, Bakugo. They already apologized for what happened. If they're villains, then you can go all out. Easy now. Everything's cleared out. Soon the two boys went home, as Kirishima decided to escort Bakugo to his house to make sure he would go straight home and not sneak off somewhere that would land him into trouble. Meanwhile, at the nearest hospital, Izuku is being treated, and the doctors were quite concerned that his wounds were rather serious due to repeated hits from Sonic's explosive shuriken. And the doctor told Uraraka that Izuku might be confined for a month or so for observation given the gravity of the boy's injuries. This made her feel worried as she felt so helpless in helping Izuku earlier. By then All Might arrived and asked the doctor how Izuku is doing, and he became concerned after being told by the doctor regarding Izuku's current condition. You mean? Yes, All Might ... The wounds are quite serious, young Midoriya. For now he'll be under observation. He'll be needing a lot of rest. Excuse me. As the doctor left, Uraraka apologized to All Might, saying she wasn't much help in the battle earlier, and yet All Might assured to her that she is not to be blamed and said that Izuku will pull through regardless of the odds, stating that he trained him personally and that Izuku will weather it all the way. By then Recovery Girl arrived and tells All Might and Uraraka that she will see what she could do, and Uraraka led Recovery Girl to the recovery room, where both girls are surprised to see Izuku's state. And after being told of what happened, Recovery Girl nodded and said that she'll use her quirk to help Izuku out. Okay, leave it to me. Hey, I'll help him. Really? Yes. At least he didn't go reckless like last time. Thank you, Recovery Girl. It's fine. And so Recovery Girl uses her quirk and managed to heal majority of Izuku's wounds to the point that he can be discharged, but urges him and Uraraka to be careful, which the two teens nodded and thanked her for the help, which Recovery Girl said it is nothing. As the two teens are left alone, Recovery Girl noted that this is the first time seeing Izuku getting seriously injured by a ninja, and noted that had she not heard about the incident, Izuku's condition might have been worse than critical. And All Might apologized, but she said it is okay, as at least the injuries were not self-inflicted like what Izuku did at the sports festival. Oh, it's okay. Really? Yes. At least he didn't go reckless like what he did at the sports festival. Well, still I'm surprised. Midoriya got beaten by a ninja ... and he was easily taken down ... That's not like him. Perhaps he needs to work on the speed aspect. Well, whatever. I'm leaving now. Take care. Thanks again. As Recovery Girl is leaving the hospital, All Might decides to head back to the recovery room to check on Izuku and see if he is well enough to travel on his own, as he has a feeling that the ones who hired Sonic to assassinate Izuku is still at large. Several days later, the scene shifts at a park where Izuku is alone and is training in the use of martial arts to improve himself after the experience he had with Speedo Sound Sonic. And he had to push himself harder, as what happened was not only humiliating, but also a wake-up call to him, as he cannot afford to get beaten like that again. Izuku is reading his notebook where the martial arts techniques are written, and after reading it, he attempted to apply it in real time and did some moves, but felt that his efforts were not enough and he tried harder to apply it. By then Bakugo passed by and is rather irritated that he is seeing such a pathetic display of training, and opted to leave him alone, but is somewhat compelled to go back and reluctantly decided to assist him in improving his fighting techniques so that Izuku can get stronger and then challenge him to a UA-sponsored duel to show who more deserving to become a hero. Izuku was rather moved by Bakugo's willingness, though Bakugo is reluctant to admit it and reasoned that he only wants to make sure that Izuku is at 100% ready so that when the time comes there won't be any handicap. Really, Ka-chan? You're going to help me. Don't get the wrong idea. I want you at 100% so when the time comes we can settle this at the proper venue. And I'm curious that I heard that you got thrashed easily by a bum who is dressed like a ninja. Well, whatever. Let's get started. Okay. By then a group of delinquent teens showed up, and they possess some powerful quirks and intentionally provokes Izuku and Bakugo to goad them into a fight, saying that the two teens either fight them or will attack a group of children nearby and will use their quirks to cause chaos and stampede if the two teens do not accept the challenge. While Bakugo is eager to accept, Izuku asked why does the group want to challenge him, saying he did not do anything to them, and one of the delinquents accidentally said they were hired by some political big shot to take Izuku out, and by taking out Bakugo as well, the group would impress their client enough to give them more financial reward. The other group members berated their member for squealing, saying that this is supposed to be a covert operation. Hey, you idiot. This is supposed to be a secret operation. Yeah, you and your big mouth. You just blown our cover. Now we'll have to do it the hard way. Sorry. To get to their point, one member of the delinquent group uses his quirk to create a grenade and is making a gesture to hurl it towards a group of passing nursery and kindergarten students. And the other delinquent members uses their quirk, which produces energy ropes, and manage to bind and pin down Bakugo. There the delinquent members told Izuku to either surrender or there will be blood to pay. And as the pinned Bakugo is being threatened by having his throat slit, and the others surrounded the children with grenades, Izuku is in a bind. But then an elderly man, silver-haired and in his 80s, was sitting on a bench, and seeing and hearing the conversation, he decided to intervene and uses a secret martial arts technique that violently sends the delinquent members colliding against several parked cars. The other delinquent members are taken aback at seeing their members being taken down by an elderly man. They confronted him and demanded to know who he is and why is he interfering, as well as asking if he wants to die. The man, identified as Silver Fang, a pro-hero from the Heroes Association, sighed and asked the group why are they causing too much trouble, only to be rebuked, and they tell him he will die for that, and prepared to use their quirks to attack him, causing Izuku to be alarmed and is ready to defend the elderly man. But to his surprise, Silver Fang uses his martial arts moves using speed and grace to knock out the delinquents and sending them crashing against the trees, knocking them out. Their Silver Fang freed Bakugo and asked Izuku if he is okay, which the boy thanked him for his help. And their Silver Fang asked if Izuku and Bakugo are interested in becoming his pupils, saying that he can teach them some of his secret moves that would help them become effective fighters against bad elements. You're going to teach us, you say? Really, mister? Yes, if it's okay with you. If it would work with my explosion quirk. A real martial arts ... it might work along with my full cal shoot style. Don't worry ... the lessons I will give would be easy to learn ... and you won't have to worry about the payment. It will be free. Not a bad offer. Maybe a weekend training might be okay. Bakugo stared intently at Silver Fang, seeing what the elderly man did, and felt that he might learn a thing or two that would work with his quirk, as well as not wanting to be left behind, and reluctantly asked Silver Fang to teach him as well. Silver Fang smiled and said that he is willing to train them and that the session will be on weekends, and said the lessons will be free and it will be a grueling one, yet the two boys said that they are willing to learn under him. I'm in. Me too. I want to learn from you. If it can enhance my kick attacks, then I would graciously accept your offer. Please teach me. Please teach me. We're willing to be your pupils. Me too. The scene shifts at the Todoroki residence where Shoto is inside his room, glancing at the folder with paper files which he requested from some police contact, where it contains classified information about the so-called Heroes Association, as he is curious about that organization after hearing it from Saitama and Genos. It was like UA Academy in that regard, where aspiring heroes can become pro-heroes legitimately and can earn income at the same time. What made him curious is that he never heard of it and why it was barely mentioned in the news, among other things. Shoto began reading the files and slowly learned about how Heroes Association was formed. And there he brought out a USB flash disk and inserts it on his laptop, where he saw the venue of the said organization. Then he saw the list of heroes working for that organization and how they are rated according to ranking, which made Shoto more curious, wondering what significance the ranking have and what does that have to do with the pro-heroes. By then Endeavor passes by and saw what his son is doing. And after seeing the files on the laptop, he became curious and asked Shoto if he is intending to go there. Shoto thought about it and tells his dad that he is just pondering about it, as he is only curious about that organization, as he makes comparison to UA Academy. Shoto: Dad, what are you planning? Are you intending to go there? I'm just checking it out. Really? Yes. Endeavor saw the list of pro-heroes under the Heroes Association and saw Saitama and Genos, which slowly made him curious as well, and asked Shoto why is he interested about Heroes Association when there is already UA Academy, as well as other schools for aspiring heroes. He reasoned that Shoto shouldn't be dwelling too much on that. Shoto reasoned that he has never heard of Heroes Association before until Saitama mentioned it, and said that the so-called association was barely mentioned to the media, and this led to the misunderstanding and skirmish between the UA students, Endeavor and Genos. Shoto told his dad he is considering in going undercover and see Heroes Association and judge it for himself. This made Endeavor curious and asked his son if he is sure, in which Shoto nodded. He reasoned that he wanted to know all about it and how it produces pro-heroes, pointing out about his encounter with Saitama and Genos. Really? Yes, I want to see for it and how this organization works. Surely that. I have to see it. I want to judge it with my own eyes. What does that place make it special and how it sets apart from other well-known hero schools? Shoto. It was never mentioned on the news, but barely on the newspapers and a few select police force. I never heard of it until recently. If not for Saitama and Genos mentioning it, I would remain unaware of that organization. Surely you are unaware of it as well. You do have a point. I will go undercover and see for it myself what it is like working there and to see if they are legitimate or not. Endeavor thought about it carefully and said that if Shoto were to go undercover, he needs a disguise to hide the fact that he is a hero student and to prevent a possible conflict of interest. And Shoto nodded and said that he will consider that. A few days later, the scene shifts at a mountain-like residence, where Izuku and Bakugo arrived, and both stared in surprise at seeing the dojo where Silver Fang resides, as the dojo is seen on top of a mountain. And the stairs leading there was quite long, and Izuku stared in disbelief as he wondered who made that kind of stairs. Bakugo grinned and said that he is not deterred and told Izuku not to be scared, reminding him that if he wants to surpass him he'll have to take up the challenge, and he began to run off. Izuku chased after Bakugo and said if he is sure about this, and Bakugo said that this is one way to get stronger and to learn the techniques that Silver Fang wants to share his knowledge with. Of course, I want to get stronger and surpass you, Deku. Well, what? Are you scared? Hey, that's... Then stop whining and haul your butt. I'm going ahead of you. Whoa, wait. See you later, Slowpoke. Ka-chan. As the minutes passed, Izuku was starting to get tired at climbing the long, circular stairs, and Bakugo decided to take a shortcut and uses his quirk to propel him upward. And Izuku tells Bakugo that it is unfair. But Bakugo tells Izuku that anything goes and tells him to either get going or leave and go home to his mommy. Izuku stared wide-eyed and said that he is not giving up. And Bakugo told him to keep it up or be left behind. Come on, Deku. Are you really that weak? Wait. I'm going ahead of you. I'll catch up. See you later, Slowpoke. Ka-chan. After several more minutes, Bakugo was the first to arrive, and Izuku followed, panting and sweating. And as they entered the door, Silver Fang is there and welcomed the two visitors, and called for his student, Chiranko, to give the two teens some drinks. Izuku blinked his eyes as he sees that no one else is there apart from Silver Fang and Chiranko, which Bakugo noticed it as well, and there they asked where are the other students, and Silver Fang told them about what happened, when one of his students went rogue and beat up his fellow students, which caused them to quit in fear. And this prompted Silver Fang to beat him up and expel him from the dojo, which happened several months ago. And that's what happened. That guy went over his head. That's bad. Indeed. I sort of regretted bringing him in. Well, that's not my problem. Ka-chan. Well, whatever. That's in the past, so no need to dwell on it. HMPH. Silver Fang said. Who is this student you expelled? Silver Fang sighed and told Izuku that the expelled student is identified as Garo. And Silver Fang advised the two boys to be on the lookout for Garo, as he is very dangerous, and regretted taking him in as his pupil. Bakugo smirked and said that it won't be a problem as he can beat this guy without breaking a sweat. But Silver Fang told him not to take Garo lightly as he is very cunning and his martial arts are comparable to his. By then, Saitama and Genos arrived, deciding to pay him a visit. And Bakugo stared wide-eyed at seeing Saitama, and he began shouting at him, calling him names, while Saitama tried to recall Bakugo's name, accidentally pronouncing his name in mistakes. This pissed Bakugo off and attempts to lunge at him, but is restrained by Izuku, while Saitama hilariously tried to say out Bakugo's name in comedic results. You're that boy from before ... Let's see ... You are. Boomerang. What? Are you really that forgetful? Banana. You bastard. I'm not a fruit. Bubblegum. Are you provoking me? I remember now. Barnacle. I'll fucking kill you. Genos stared at the scene as he recalled the moment where Saitama and Bakugo got into a brief skirmish, and he greeted Silver Fang and asked if he and Saitama came at a bad timing. But the elderly pro-hero assured that their arrival is fine and dandy and told him not to mind Bakugo and he will calm him down. Izuku held onto a pissed-off Bakugo and urged him to calm down. But Bakugo wouldn't have any of it and challenged Saitama to a duel, as he wanted payback. But Saitama kept on trying to recall Bakugo's name and ended up calling him in wrong pronunciations. Black Eye. What? Bumblebee. Are you pissing me off on purpose? Bart Simpson. You want to die so badly. Bug spray. I quote LL kill you. Meanwhile, Shoto Todoroki arrived at the gate area of the building where Heroes Association, and he is wearing a disguise to cover his appearance as he intends to see the organization and judge it by himself, and see what significance it holds in society. Using some of his father's contacts, Shoto came to learn about how pro-heroes are hired, paid, and how to gain membership. Shoto was intrigued that unlike in UA Academy where you have to study at hero school and through that she passes a series of exams in order to gain a provisional hero license. A person with powers can become a legitimate pro hero by passing a physical and written exam in just one day. And passing both exams depends on the score. As the disguised Shoto is about to enter, some applicants began mocking the newcomer due to his height, deducing that he is a teenager and began mocking him for being underage and told him to do porn movies as AV idols are becoming a trend for boys and girls his age. Hey, kid, you ought to back out. No kids allowed. You should be a porn star instead. Yeah, that's the trend these days. Yeah, AV idols are preferable to teenagers like you. Maybe your dick would be this small. Yeah, or maybe you're not circumcised. Ha ha ha. Shoto ignored them, but the two bullying applicants persisted to insult him and they went as far as saying that his mother would be proud if Shoto were to become an online porn sensation and urged him to do a sex act in front of her. And this caused Shoto to mentally get agitated for insulting his mother. But Shoto tried to hold on and not let their mocking get to him. But then they made a fatal mistake by saying that Shoto should have sex with his mother and post it online, saying that it would make a good fetish for the porn sites all over Japan. Hey, kid. You ought to make a video about and your mom doing porn acts. Yeah, it'll be a hit. You should be a porn star instead, with your mom's blessing. Yeah, that's the trend these days. Yeah, AV idols are preferable to teenagers like you. And your mom would be the perfect porn partner. Maybe your dick would be this small. Wonder if it would enter her you know what. Yeah, or maybe you're not circumcised. Ha ha ha. Shoto glared at the two applicants and uses his ice quirk to froze their throats. And the two applicants panicked as they are having difficulty in breathing and are freezing by their necks. And they ran around before leaving the area, screaming for help. The other applicants saw this and are amazed and intimidated by what Shoto saw, and they whispered among themselves, saying that those two applicants shouldn't have done that. But others said those two men got what they deserved for insulting one's parent. Whoa ... did you see that? That kid's got power. Those two idiots ... they shouldn't have done that. Serves them right ... they shouldn't have insulted his mother like that. You think he would pass? It's a 50/50 thing. His ice powers came in handy ... he put those two idiots in their places. Now they know where to draw the line and not insult one's mother. By then the usher came out and told all applicants to come inside, as the exams, physical and written, will commence shortly, and the applicants went inside, with Shoto being the last to enter. At UA, Endeavor is in deep thought, wondering what his son, Shoto, is up to and why would he want to go undercover and seek out Hero Association, and what significance does it hold, as he is currently looking at the website of the said association and looked at the list of pro heroes there, where he saw Saitama and Genos profiles, and even saw the other pro heroes there. Endeavor is considering and taking his son's word for it and pondered if he should check more about the Hero Association. By then All Might passed by and saw the website, expressing slight surprise at seeing the site involving Hero Association, and after seeing the profiles of the pro heroes there, he said that their methods are different from the ones that UA and other hero schools have, as well as how pro heroes here operate. He then asked Endeavor why is he researching on that, and Endeavor nearly spills the bean, but managed to hold on, not wanting to reveal that his son is currently there doing an undercover work, and told All Might that he is just curious, saying that he heard it from Saitama and Genos, and that he only wanted to see what this Heroes Association is like. That's all, Endeavor. Yeah, something like that. Their method of hiring pro heroes are different from ours, and I'm quite surprised that I never heard of it until recently. What would you do, Endeavor, if your son decided to try out this Heroes Association? I doubt it, All Might. Just a thought. Whatever. All Might rubbed his chin and said that he did a research of his own about Heroes Association and said that he finds it quite shady. This piqued Endeavor's attention and asked him what he meant by that. And All Might said that according to his research and info from a reliable source, the pro heroes working at Heroes Association are classified by ranking, and that some of the heroes are well known, while others, minor ones, were somewhat ignored. Endeavor stared in a rather serious manner and asked if All Might is sure, which the number one hero said that what he said right now is based on what he found out so far. Are you serious, All Might? There are pro heroes who are not well known, as in being underappreciated? Well ... that's what I heard from a reliable source. I can't believe what I'm hearing. That's why we're fortunate that we became pro heroes because of UA High School. Endeavor, Eraserhead, is seen eavesdropping. And he too did a research on Heroes Association, and he finds it quite shady as well, as he learned about how it started and how they are hiring aspiring heroes into becoming pro heroes, whether the applicants having powers or not. And he felt relieved that none of the UA students, current and graduated, ended up there. Heroes Association. The scene shifts at the gate of Heroes Association, where the disguised Shoto Todoroki is about to enter the premises in order to commence his undercover work. But then some applicants began mocking the newcomer due to his height, deducing that he is a teenager, and began mocking him for being underage and told him to do porn movies as AV idols are becoming a trend for boys and girls his age. Hey, kid, you ought to back out. No kids allowed. You should be a porn star instead. Yeah, that's the trend these days. Yeah, AV idols are preferable to teenagers like you. Maybe your dick would be this small. Yeah, or maybe you're not circumcised. Ha ha ha. Shoto ignored them, but the two bullying applicants persisted to insult him, and they went as far as saying that his mother would be proud if Shoto were to become an online porn sensation and urged him to do a sex act in front of her. And this caused Shoto to mentally get agitated for insulting his mother. But Shoto tried to hold on and not let their mocking get to him. But then they made a fatal mistake by saying that Shoto should have sex with his mother and post it online, saying that it would make a good fetish for the porn sites all over Japan. Hey, kid. You ought to make a video about and your mom doing porn acts. Yeah, it'll be a hit. You should be a porn star instead, with your mom's blessing. Yeah, that's the trend these days. Yeah, AV idols are preferable to teenagers like you. And your mom would be the perfect porn partner. Maybe your dick would be this small. Wonder if it would enter her you-know-what. Yeah, or maybe you're not circumcised. Ha ha ha. Shoto glared at the two applicants and uses his ice quirk to froze their throats. And the two applicants panicked as they are having difficulty in breathing and are freezing by their necks. And they ran around before leaving the area, screaming for help. The other applicants saw this and are amazed and intimidated by what Shoto saw, and they whispered among themselves, saying that those two applicants shouldn't have done that. But others said those two men got what they deserve for insulting one's parent. Whoa ... Did you see that? That kid's got power. Those two idiots ... They shouldn't have done that. Serves them right ... They shouldn't have insulted his mother like that. You think he would pass? It's a 50/50 thing. His ice powers came in handy ... He put those two idiots in their places. Now they know where to draw the line and not insult one's mother. By then the usher came out and told all applicants to come inside, as the exams, physical and written, will commence shortly, and the applicants went inside, with Shoto being the last to enter. As Shoto entered, he saw many applicants who were eager to show off their powers, and he can hear them bragging that they can make it to a class status, while others mocked the other applicant, saying that they would end up in C class, the weakest of the bunch, which the others resented and proclaimed that they will become our S class in no time. What was that? Are you looking down on us? We'll show you. Yeah, we'll end up in S class. Just you wait. We're not weak. We won't end up in C class. You're gonna regret those words. Bring it on, you weaklings. Shoto's curiosity is piqued, and he asked one of the applicants about this ranking in class, and there he is told about what he knows so far, saying that those who passed the physical and written exams but scored a passing score end up in C class, where the pro hero has 1 week to do hero activities within a week. And if no results is presented within the week, she will be expelled from the Hero Association and lose her income. Shoto raised an eyebrow, as he finds this rule somewhat unfair, and there he is also told that those who are sorted from B class, the pro hero won't have to worry about anything, but then is told about a class or S class, which the pro hero in that category gets a lot of perks, and tells the disguised Shoto that he would be lucky if he gets to those high tier category if he scored higher on the 2 exams. Really? Yeah, so C classes. A weaker bunch ... But if you manage to work hard, you could climb the rankings and get into B class or higher ... You'll get higher salary and perks. Hope you're prepared, kid. Most of the applicants here are already 20 and above ... But there's a youngster here who's 19 and is currently in S class ... The rest aren't so lucky. Those who end up at C class struggled to do hero work every week, while B class and above have it easy. Well ... That's all I know. So prepare yourself. Shoto clenched his fists, as he finds the info he gained somewhat discriminating, and yet he is driven to see how the Heroes Association work. And he watches the applicants show off their powers via physical exams, and noted that some are exception and others average at best, which are somewhat similar to the ones he got from UA Academy. And he wondered if he should tell his dad or his classmates about what he discovered so far. Soon it was his turn and he began to show off his powers, mostly his cryokinesis, as he has a feeling that he might be recognized if he shows off his fire side and opted to play safe for now. Observers saw this and noted that the disguised Shoto may have potential, and they are betting with one another on whether he ends up on either a class or S class. Look at that. His powers looked cool enough. Ice powers. Think he should go to a class. Maybe S class. I say B class. Ice powers are generic in today's standards. Let MI Mask decide which ranking that kid gets. Right. X. At the dojo on top of a mountain, the scene shows that Silver Fang is showing off his martial arts technique, and both Izuku and Bakugo stared in curiosity, seeing how the martial arts move is shown and how it is executed. And their Silver Fang invited the 2 younger teens to try them out, saying that they are probably fast learners and can master the technique in no time. fist of flowing water, crushed rock. It goes something like that. Want to try? You two boys look like quick learners. Looks good. It might help in having an alternative move besides full cowling. HMPH. Looks lame to me. Give it a try, boys. I bet you'll get the hang of it in no time. Sure, I'll give it a try. What about you, Ka-chan? I'll think about it. Saitama and Genos saw it as well, and Silver Fang asked the two grown-ups if they too want to give it a try, and Saitama declined as he finds it unimpressed, and asked Genos if he wants to try it. And the cyborg said he too will pass, reasoning that he seeks the art of offensive power and not self-defense type of technique. Bakugo is peeved at hearing this and tells Silver Fang to teach him the technique so he can teach Saitama a lesson for being such a braggart. But Silver Fang told Bakugo that Saitama is many times stronger than him, surprising Izuku, and asked the elderly pro-hero if he is serious about what he said just now. Yes, Saitama-kun is many times stronger than me. No way, many times stronger. How stronger is that baldy freak? Well, you could say as strong as Son Goku, let's say. Super Saiyan type of strong. Hey, are you serious, old man? Yes, I saw it myself. He even took out a meteor several months ago. No way, that's impossible. Bakugo himself could not believe what he just heard and said that if he learns the technique, he can beat Saitama. Though Silver Fang tells Bakugo that it will not be easy in defeating Saitama, and urged the blonde-haired boy to concentrate in learning the technique to save people and defeat villains, which Bakugo silently whined, as Silver Fang's lecturing is somewhat similar to Best Jeanist. Izuku then said that he is willing to learn the technique as he wants to save people and become the best hero, which the elderly pro-hero is somewhat impressed at the boy's heroic enthusiasm. You sure have a spirited outlook, boy. Well, I suppose you could be the ideal pupil I've been looking for in such a long time. I'm not really. You don't have to be overly humble. I'll teach you the most effective techniques so you can be an effective hero. Okay, you and Bakugo-kun will have a weekend sessions with me in this dojo. I will teach you everything I know. Be patient and you will get what you need to learn. Understand? Yes, sir. At Heroes Association, the disguised Shoto has just finished the physical exams, and so far he has impressed the observers and now he is undergoing the written exams, which he answered them diligently and finished it soon. While awaiting the results, the higher executives are debating on what to do, as they felt that Shoto does have potential, and their opinions are divided, as some felt that having a teenager becoming a pro-hero would make the Heroes Association look like a joke, feeling that his ice powers is too generic. Yet others said that it is strong enough to warrant him to be based in a class. One even said that he might be on par with S-class given that Genos is on that class even though he is 19 years old. What? Are you saying he should be put in S-class? Baloney. His ice powers are too common nowadays. I say he should be on B-class. Perhaps a class would be a wise idea. After all, that boy's ice powers can freeze any villain with ease. Let Mi Mask have the final say. He knows what's best. Yes, Mi Mask. He's part of the selection committee. I wouldn't put too much hope. I'm sure Mi Mask would put him on the bottom of B class. Indeed. A few days later, the scene shifts at the Todoroki residence, where Shoto Todoroki is inside his room and is in deep thought as he is forced to recall the events that took place at the HQ of Heroes Association where he took the exams which he uses a disguise to hide his true identity and only used the right side of his quirk and showed it to the exam judges and he could hear the judges whispering, and that they are divided on which ranking Todoroki should be placed. Todoroki recalled what he learned from a fellow applicant about the 4 classes within the Heroes Association where those deemed the strongest are placed in S-class and the weakest are placed on the C-class, where they have only 1 week to do hero duties to make the quota, otherwise they will be removed from the hero registry. Todoroki also recalled encountering a pro-hero who is among the committee members who determine which applicant should be placed, and there he recalled his encounter with that pro-hero, Mi Mask. Flashback. At the examination room, where the disguised Todoroki just finished the written exam, he is about to leave when the examiner told him to wait for a while, and after several minutes, a man in his 20s came, sporting shoulder-length blue hair, and had a handsome face, which shows that he is an idol, an actor and a model, who is also a pro-hero who turns out to be Mi Mask. Mi Mask is also among the committee who ranks the passing aspirant hero and has the most say which ranking this person should go. And after seeing the footage of Todoroki's ice power, Mi Mask glances at Todoroki, seeing that the applicant appeared to be a high school-level teenager, yet he wasn't quite impressed after seeing the burn scar. Mi Mask then went to the point and asked what business does he have and why apply at Heroes Association. And not wanting to give himself away, Todoroki gave a rather convincing alibi and this somewhat satisfied Mi Mask to a degree. Yet Mi Mask made it clear that Todoroki does not have what it takes to go to the A-class ranking and said that the boy's ice power is not enough to cover things up and said that Todoroki's scar is a factor in judging the applicant. Todoroki raised an eyebrow and asked what significance does the burn scar on his face hold. And Am I Mask said that a good looks is also a factor that allows him to determine which ranking Todoroki would go. And the secret applicant stood up and commented that this is more of a biased judgment that has no basis. Yet Am I Mask looks down on Todoroki, telling him straight to his face that he does not have what it takes to be a pro hero like Am I Mask. Your appearance says it all. What? You are quite hideous in my personal opinion. What do you mean? Ice powers are already common. If you have a good and handsome face like mine, I might have considered you to be placed in a class ... Too bad your scar costs you that. So B class is where you belong. And that is final. After Am I Mask left, Todoroki waited for several minutes before a committee member came and gave him a folder, and there Todoroki opened it, where it shows that he passed the exams, and his name is part of the hero registry, but also found out that his ranking is placed on B class, and Todoroki wondered what kind of organization does Hero Association has. After that, he is told that there will be an orientation. And at a classroom, Todoroki found out that he is the sole person here as he learned that the other applicants passed but ended up in C class while other failed. And the person who is overseeing the orientation turns out to be a pro hero himself, identified as Snake Fist Snack. As the minutes passed, Todoroki finds the orientation boring and puts up with it until it ended and soon leaves. In flashback, Todoroki wondered if he made the right choice in doing this as he never thought he'd find something disheartening as this. And yet he felt that he did something important like discovering what it's like at the Hero Association, how the system works in the work environment. And now he opted to put it up for now to see how the system further works and what significance it holds. His elder sister, Fayumi, came and accidentally saw the documents of the Heroes Association. And she asked her younger brother what made him decided to do this, reminding him that he is still a minor and what implications it holds should the Heroes Association discover that he is still a hero in training and a high school student. But Shoto said that he will keep on the disguise and continue his undercover work, but will eventually quit once he finds his desired answer. Really, Shoto? Yes, but for the meantime I'll continue this till I finally got my answer. Are you sure about this, Shoto? For now. Moreover, Shoto told Fayumi that if there is upside to all of this, is at least he would be paid well depending on his work as a pro hero, and that he would get a lot of insights on why aspiring heroes put up in applying at Heroes Association instead of real jobs. Fayumi still expresses worry, but he assured to her that he will be okay, and requests to her to keep this a secret even from their dad, reasoning that he might get caught in the conflict of interest situation and the like. She nodded and said she will keep it a secret, and Shoto thanked her for honoring his request. Okay, your secret is safe with me. Thanks, just be careful. I will. And don't act recklessly like you did before. Understood. And avoid getting hurt. Okay. X. The scene shifts to Yokohama, where a bazaar is taking place, which classmates Denki Kaminari and Minoru Minda are taking a stroll. And while window shopping they are hoping to see gorgeous and sexy girls. Though Kaminari reminded Minda to keep his urges under wraps as they might get into trouble, though Minda said it'll be okay. Hey, Minda, remember, behave yourself. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get to see some hotties. I hope so. It's been a boring week. Ease up. Well, whatever. The two classmates then came across a stall where it sells some expensive clothing that are branded and known internationally, such as long dresses, boots, and fur coats. The two classmates whistled as they felt that only rich people would afford those kind of clothes and wondered who would want to buy them at this time. Minta then wondered if Yaoyorozu would be willing to buy those kind of clothes given her rich background, and wondered if she would look good in those kind of outfit. And Kaminari said it would not do good as the clothes they saw just now would cover a woman's skin all over, which Minta voiced his disappointment. Yeah, you do have a point. Besides ... she's better off in a sexy attire. Right, let's look around some more, and see if there are any sexy girls here. I'm sure there are. Maybe we should go to a brothel. Come on, Minta ... huh. Suddenly, someone came and passed by the bazaar stall, where a young woman with a tall, slim, and curvaceous figure passed by. Kaminari and Minta saw her, and are awestruck at the beauty of this woman, which shows that she has chin length, dark green hair styled into a bob, and her eyes are light green. Her main attire consists of a long white fur coat, a dark green form-fitting dress, thigh-high black boots, and several necklaces. The woman appeared to be in her early 20s and is oozing with sex appeal. The woman then saw the clothes on display and can tell that they are original despite the discounted prices are displayed, and asked the merchant if they are on sale, which the merchant, blushing at seeing the woman's alluring appearance, nodded. Excuse me. Why yes. Are these for sale? Yes. Yes they are. Discounted. Yes. Are there more? Just a minute. The woman in question is identified as Fubuki, who is a pro hero who goes by the hero name of Hellish Blizzard, and as she took out her purse to bring out the money, a snatcher came and snatched the purse before proceeding to run off. Kaminari and Minda saw this and decided to give chase to stop the thief, seeing that even in Yokohama, there are some opportunists. Minda, yeah, I saw it. Man, people these days, either he's desperate, Or wanted to get a quick cash? Guess it's hero time for us. Oh yeah, do your thing. Amanita nodded and uses his quirk to hit the thief on his feet, and the thief got stuck. And their Kaminari tells him to hand over the purse so he can return it to the owner. But the thief refuses and tosses the purse to his accomplice and ran off. But before he could make a run for it, the second thief began to float in the air and is screaming for help. And the first thief asked what is wrong, which the other thief said he has no idea. Kaminari and Minda saw it as well and wondered what is going on until they saw Fubuki glaring at the floating thief. As it turns out that Fubuki has the power of Innisper, in which her ability is psychokinesis, where she uses her power to telekinetically hold the thief in midair and demanded that he gives the purse back if he wants to stay in one piece. And the terrified thief said he will and told her not to hurt her. WWWAHHH. Help. Do you wish to stay intact? Yes, anything. Give me my purse back. Okay, you can have it. Just put me down. The purse, please. Here. Thank you. The thief threw the purse back at Fubuki, and she uses her power to lower him, and then she uses her psychokinesis to pull a steel bar and ties up the thief, and there she proceeded to go to the bazaar stall to pick the clothes that she fancies. The other passerby stared in awe as they never seen a woman like that before, and wondered if she is a pro hero and which hero school she graduated. Minda stared at Fubuki's curvaceous figure before his eyes set on her breasts, which Kaminari was roped in as he too took notice of Fubuki's figure. And the two boys whispered as they admire her image while wondering how old is she, as they are unsure whether to woo her or not as they deem her a beautiful specimen. Kaminari ... She's gorgeous. You got me there. I wonder how old is she? She's probably a college-level chick ... or so I think. Dang, I was thinking of asking her number. Dream on, Minda. Admiring her is the closest thing we can do. What would she look like if she were in a bikini? That'd be a surefire dream. Suddenly, two men in business suit attire showed up and confronted the two boys, where they told them that they overheard the conversation and accuses them of having perverted intentions toward Fubuki, and the two boys trembled as they were busted upon being discovered. The two men questioned the two boys and demanded to know if they plan on doing anything perverted to Fubuki, which Kaminari and Minda told the two men that they were only admiring her beauty and charm, and assured to them that they have no intentions of mentally ogling her. But the two men said that they do not take the words for it after they showed a recording where Minda is seen staring lewdly at Fubuki's breasts. And said this is enough evidence that the two boys are planning to molest Fubuki. The two men turns out to be Fubuki's subordinates, identified under the hero names of Eyelashes and Wild Monkey, and they are ready to pounce on the two Class 1 students when Fubuki came and asked her subordinates on what is going on. And there the two men told her what they just found out, showing the footage they recorded. Fubuki stared at Minda, as she can tell that he has a perverted aura, but Kaminari apologized on Minda's behalf, telling her that his classmate is only admiring her because of her beauty, and assured to her that he and Minda meant no harm to her. However, Wild Monkey and Eyelashes are not taking Kaminari's word for it and insisted that they ought to be taught some manners for having dirty-minded intentions towards a pro-hero like Fubuki. You think you can get away with that? You brats are more sex brazenly than your appearance suggests. And it's all a misunderstanding, right, Minda? You ought to be taught a lesson. And you brats better be prepared. Wait. Kaminari tried to be civil and reassured to the men that he and Minda are not really perverted. And Fubuki glanced at the two boys and decided let them off the hook for now, seeing that nothing really happened, and tells her subordinates to forget what just happened, which Wild Monkey and Eyelashes asked if she is sure, as they are unwilling to let the two boys get away. Fubuki nodded and said that no harm was done, and said that the two boys do not appear to be that harmful, and said that what matters is that the thieves are taken care of and that she got what she came for, and tells them that they are heading back to HQ right away. That's all for now. Let the two boys go. Are you sure, boss? These kids might. It's fine. If you say so, boss. Very well, boss. Good. Let us go. Okay. However, Kaminari saw a stray pervert came behind Fubuki, lifted the back portion of her long skirt and took a picture of her panties before running off. And their Kaminari uses his quirk to jolt the fleeing pervert to make him stop, and wrecked his smartphone in the process. As Kaminari approached the stunned pervert, the pervert chastises the UA student for wrecking his phone as that is the only thing he has, unwittingly revealing that the wrecked phone has all the upskirt pictures he took for the past year that he saved. Kaminari then told the stunned pervert that he chose the wrong target to mess with, as Wild Monkey and Eyelashes approach the pervert, crackling their knuckles as they are ready to give him the worst beating of his life. Another pervert. You sure have the guts. You better prepare yourself, you hentai. You won't get away with this. No, I was so close ... my smeared phone. You'll get something worse than a smartphone, you maniac. Time to give you a lesson. No, don't. As the two men began beating up the pervert, Fubuki approached Kaminari, having witnessed what the UA student did, and asked if he is a pro hero, in which he said that he and Minda are still in high school and that they only got their provisional hero license, which made Fubuki curious, as she felt that Kaminari and Minda's quirks might be useful to her, and gave the two boys her calling card, saying that if they are interested they can call her so that they can get part-time work from her as a pro hero, which the two boys stared in surprise. She then called her two subordinates and said they are leaving, and both Eyelashes and Wild Monkey leaves the pervert, who is beaten black and blue, and the trio boarded the limousine and left. As police arrived and took the three suspects away, Kaminari and Minda wondered what to think of this, as Fubuki told them that she is a pro hero and said she is interested in hiring the two boys. They decided to head back to Heights Alliance and seek out Eraserhead for advice, as they are unsure what to do about the offer that Fubuki gave them. The following Saturday, the scene shifts at the dojo on top of a hill, where pro hero Silver Fang stared in surprise as Midoriya arrived, and with him are his classmates Ochako, Uraraka, and Tsuyu Asui, as Midoriya said that the girls could learn offensive combat techniques from Silver Fang after he demonstrated his newly learned skills. Midoriya then told Silver Fang that Uraraka and Asui are interested and are willing to become Silver Fang's pupils, and the elderly pro hero smiled as he is gratified at the boys' generosity. He approached the two girls and said that he will teach them the knowledge of offense and defense, stating that Uraraka and Asui appeared to be quick learners. The two Class 1A girls bowed and said that they are looking forward to his lessons as they want to learn advanced martial arts training from him. Deku told us you are a good teacher. Yes, Midoriya-kun even recommended us to you. We look forward to your lessons. Please teach us how to defend ourselves effectively. Please take care of us. Please take care of us. We promise that your time won't be wasted. We assure you that we will benefit from you, sir. Midoriya smiled and tells Silver Fang to take care of them as he has errands to do, and the elderly pro hero smiled, assuring to the boy that his classmates are in good hands and he has nothing to worry about, which Midoriya nodded and thanked him for accommodating the two girls. I see. Do not worry. Your classmates are in good hands. Thank you, Silver Fang-san. Okay, you should go now. I will take things from here. Yes, thank you, sir. No problem. I should be thanking you. You brought me some interesting pupils to teach. Okay, go. See you again, Midoriya-kun. As Midoriya left, Silver Fang then tells the two girls that lessons will begin right away, and began teaching them the basics, which were somewhat a bit advanced compared to the ones that Gun had taught. And the elderly pro hero is rather surprised to see that Uraraka and Asui are somewhat quick learners as the two girls slowly get the hang of it. He is pleased by this and tells them that he would soon teach them some of the secret techniques that would help them combat melee-based villains, which Uraraka and Asui said that they are looking forward to the next lesson. Fist of Flowing Water, Crushed Rock. Hero... Is that a new technique? Yes, watch carefully as it goes like this. Wow, that looks cool. I see that you can get the hang of it... Are you ready to learn this technique? Yes, we are. Hero... We're ready. Elsewhere within town. Yuga Aoyama is window shopping as he is looking for stylish clothes that would add light to his persona and as a hero. And there he came across Momo Yaoyorozu and Kyoka Jiro. And the three classmates greeted each other as they happened to be here by coincidence, as the two girls are also window shopping. Aoyama then offered to accompany the two girls, though they politely declined, saying that they have other things to do after this. Thanks, Aoyama-kun. But we got plans, so thanks for the offer. Are you sure? You don't want an escort? We'll be fine. Yeah, girls' stuff here, so. Very well. Just be careful. Thanks. Suddenly, a villain appeared and he possesses a quirk that is somewhat a power type, and he just plowed two security guards who were attempting to stop the villain from running off with a jewel. Aoyama smirked and began to use his quirk, firing his naval laser to stun the villain, which worked at first, but soon he powered himself up to the point of being able to resist the naval lasers. Yaoyorozu then uses her quirk to create a huge cannon and attempts to shoot him down. And the villain tells the three UA High students that their attempts will be futile, and is ready to mug them when someone appeared and delivered a powerful clothesline, causing the villain to spin around before hitting the ground. Aoyama, Yaoyorozu, and Jiro blinked their eyes as they saw who the entrant is. He is tall, muscular, having a semi-shaved traces of remaining facial hair, curly hair, wearing a black and white, striped prisoner uniform. The three UA students assumed that the person is an escaped villain, but then the person told them that he is a pro hero, introducing himself as Piri Prisoner. He then spoke in a rather effeminate manner and said that they're nothing to be afraid as he just defeated the villain. Aoyama twitched his eye as he can tell that Piri Prisoner is a homosexual, and backed away as he feels uncomfortable being near him. Yaoyorozu was also feeling a bit uneasy, yet she politely asked if Piri is really a pro hero, which he winked his left eye and said that he is. And Yaoyorozu realized that the prisoner uniform wearing pro hero is indeed a homosexual. Are you really a pro hero, sir? Yes, little missy, I am, but ... why that kind of uniform? You might not believe it, but I'm a prisoner ... but at the same time, a pro hero. Really? Yes, I see. Haha. By then Midoriya happened to pass by after taking a taxi upon leaving Silver Fang's dojo, and saw the commotion, where another thug came and attempted to mug Midoriya. But the boy activated the full cowling and managed to take down the thug. But another appeared from behind and held him in a full Nelson hold, where he demanded to Midoriya to give him his money or else he would get hurt. Midoriya honestly tells the mugger that he has no money other than a week's allowance, but the mugger insisted that he hand it over or else he would stab him. I told you, I only have 5,000 yen in my wallet. I don't care. Hand it over. But, hand it over or I'll kill you. Let go or else. Want me to stab you? Why you? So you want to die that badly, brat? Midoriya then attempted to do another full cowling in order to take down the mugger. But then Puri prisoner shows up and smacked the mugger on the head, knocking him out, and asked Midoriya if he is okay. As Midoriya said he is and thanked him. He is taken aback at the pro hero's attire and appearance, and started to notice the pro hero's effeminate mannerism. Bakugo passed by and saw another mugger attempting to mug Midoriya, and he uses his explosion quirk to knock the mugger out and berated Midoriya for being too lax. And Puri prisoner is impressed at Bakugo's abilities and complimented the blonde-haired boy. However, Bakugo shivered in nervousness at seeing Puri's manners, and became wary towards him until Puri grabbed Bakugo and hugged him in a doting, effeminate manner, causing the blonde-haired boy to scream out in fear. You are so handsome and cute ... and quite strong. Hey, I like cute and strong boys. Let go of me. Makes me feel like spreading the power of love. Let go of me, you maniac. Aw ... so cute. I said let go. Ijiro Kirishima and Hantashiro passed by and saw what is going on. And the two boys bursts out in loud laughter, telling Bakugo that he has found an admirer. And this caused Bakugo to scream out and urge them to help him get away from Puri's hold. But the two boys told Bakugo to savor the moment, causing an awkward scene in front of the public. Better savor the moment, Bakugo. You got yourself a fanboy. Will you two stop laughing and help me here? Just ride along, Bakugo. You make a good Cupid doll to hug with. I'll kill you too when I get out of here. Hey, keep on hugging him. He needs all the love he can get. I'll fucking kill you two idiots. Midoriya and Yaoyorozu's sweat dropped at the scene, as this is the first time seeing Bakugo screaming out in fear, and slowly deduced that Bakugo is somewhat having a phobia towards effeminate persons, and they debated on whether to help him out or not. Ta-chan, is this the first time seeing him like that, Midoriya-kun? Why yeah, so you never saw him like that before? Yeah, pretty much. Should we help? We should, or else Ka-chan would lose his bearings. You do it, then. Fearing that Bakugo might suffer from breakdown, Midoriya approached Puri and politely asked him to release Bakugo, saying that he is already getting uncomfortable at the situation he is in, and Puri obliges as he releases Bakugo, which the blonde-haired boy is shaking from apparent trauma. And their Yaoyorozu berated Kirishima and Shiro for making fun of their traumatized classmate, which the two boys apologize for their laughter. Haha, sorry, we couldn't help it. It was too hilarious. It was the first time seeing Bakugo like that, and it really tickled our bones. We'll help him up. Yeah, as police arrived to take the muggers into custody, Puri prisoner took his leave, but not before winking at Bakugo, which ticked off the boy and threatened to attack him before Kirishima held him back and urges him to let it go. You homosexual hentai. I quote LL kill you. Whoa, calm down, Bakugo. Let me go. That hentai harassed me. He's just playing with you ... like a fan. You know, I'll waste him till he's dead. Don't. You'll get into a bad press if they saw you thrashing a fellow hero. I don't care. Let go of me. Easy, Bakugo ... easy ... The following day, the scene shifts at Heights Alliance where most of Class 1 are snickering at Bakugo's humiliating experience, as he appeared to be traumatized after being doted by Puri prisoner, and he is not too pleased at being complimented by some of his classmates. Shiro, Minda and Kirishima told Bakugo that he should put up a fan club, much to their laughter as they enjoy poking a little fun at Bakugo's expense as some of the Class 1 classmates laughed to their heart's content. As usual, Bakugo responded fiercely to the teasing and threatened to retaliate in a physical way. Are you making fun of me? Of course not. We're glad you get to be complimented by a pro hero. And he's more eccentric than best genist. You want to die so badly. We're not ready. We need insurance. Minta then played a prank by dressing up as Puri prisoner and used a pair of stilts to match the height and uses a rather feminine tone to get Bakugo's attention, which the blonde-haired boy unknowingly took the bait and jumped back, shivering in fear, only to realize it was Minta in disguise. Kaminari and Shiro laughed out loud at their classmate's reaction and said he looked cute when terrified, saying that they should thank Puri for showing Bakugo's other self, and Bakugo is pissed off as hell. Ha ha ha. That was funny. You sure looked cute, Bakugo. You damn bastards. Now, don't get too pissed. You need to be funny once in a while. You want to die at once. Oh no, Bakugo's mad. Let's call Puri prisoner. I quote I'll kill you. Kirishima jumped to Bakugo's defense and told the others not to make fun of him, pointing out that Bakugo is really traumatized by what happened. Yaoyorozu and Ida echoed their sentiments and told their classmates not to make Bakugo a laughing stock. You two are disgraceful. That's enough from both of you. Don't tease him too much. He is already traumatized by what happened. If you keep this up, Bakugo might accidentally use his quirk on you too. She is right. Stop this nonsense right now. We mean it. That is right. Midoriya watches on as the rest of class wanna apologize to Bakugo for making fun of him. Yet the fiery blonde-haired boy just glared in response as he is already having a bad day. And yet he thanked Kirishima for sticking up for him, which the red-haired boy said it's nothing. Hey, Kirishima. Yeah, thanks. Sure, Bakugo. Glad you weren't lumped with those assholes. Now, let's calm down. HMPH. You can't stay like that always, you know. Midoriya then urges his classmates to stop teasing Bakugo and told them to focus on other things, which Ada and Yaoyorozu agreed, and the two class reps told the rest to knock it off, and the others obliges, feeling that the fun time has ended. Okay, sure, we will behave. Yeah, mercy. We won't tease our classmate. Right on. Bakugo-chan needs to loosen up a bit. A few days later, Yaoyorozu meets up with Itsuka Kendo of Class 1B and the two girls chatted while heading for Heights Alliance after classes ended. And there they talked about what to do next as the internship is about to resume in a few weeks' time. Kendo said she is looking for ways to increase her fighting techniques and urged Yaoyorozu to learn more fighting techniques as she pointed out that Yaoyorozu cannot rely too much on her quirk, reminding her of her swift defeat at the hands of Tokoyami back at the sports festival. Yaoyorozu nodded and is considering and learning more about martial arts, and Kendo offered to teach her some advanced fighting techniques that lean more on melee combat. Really, Kendo-san? Yup, that way you can be more formidable in combat. I see. So, want me to teach you some fighting styles? Sure. Okay, we'll just have to find a place. How about my mansion? Are you sure, Yaoyorozu? By the time they arrived at the gates of Heights Alliance, they saw Uraraka and Asui there, and are practicing a martial arts that is completely unknown to everyone else. And both Kendo and Yaoyorozu stared in awe as Uraraka and Asui did their technique, which is the fist of flowing water, crushed rock. Yaoyorozu felt that the fighting styles the two girls exhibited looked elegant, whilst Kendo felt that the martial arts technique looked unique and something new, and the two girls approached Uraraka and asked where did they learn the technique. Their Uraraka told Yaoyorozu and Kendo about it, and offered to introduce them to the person who taught them the technique, and their Kendo decided to meet Silver Fang, as she felt that by blending the new technique with her existing fighting style, she could become more formidable, and encouraged Yaoyorozu to attend the dojo as it will benefit her in terms of fighting a villain in melee situations. You should attend the dojo. Yaomomo ... You might become good in martial arts. Really? Yeah, well, trust me. You and Kendo-san will benefit from it. Trust me. I benefited from it, and so is Tsuyu-san. Yaoyorozu was apparently swayed, and Kendo is curious about this new martial arts teacher and tells Yaoyorozu that they should meet him and see if his martial arts can help improve their fighting technique. And Uraraka agrees and said that she will introduce them to Silver Fang this Saturday, and both Yaoyorozu and Kendo thanked her for the invitation, which she said it is nothing. Okay, we'll attend. Good. Thank you for inviting us, Uraraka. You sure are kind to let us learn something new. Sure, no problem. Okay, then. Seri, yup. See you at the dorm gates. Seri. The scene shifts at a mountain-like hill where Yaoyorozu and Kendo stared in surprise at seeing the dojo way atop the hills, and Uraraka said that this is where she found it, and credited Midoriya for introducing her to Silver Fang, and assured to her that it will be beneficial to the two girls. Yaoyorozu and Kendo stared at each other and sighed, deciding to proceed as they already gotten this far and to see if Silver Fang can really teach them more effective martial arts training. And thus the three girls walked the steep hillside until reaching the dojo. And there Yaoyorozu and Kendo stared in surprise, seeing that Silver Fang is really an elderly man in his 70s, yet he seemed physically fit to do work. On top of that, they also discovered that Silver Fang is also a pro hero despite his age. Yaoyorozu said ... Did you? Yes ... He's a grandfather-looking guy ... But is he really a pro hero? I think he is ... Even Gran Torino might be in the same category of senior citizens ... But he seemed to be physically fit. I wonder if he can really teach us. Let's wait and see, Kendo. Okay. Uraraka then told Silver Fang that her classmates wanted to learn his martial arts techniques. And the elderly man smiled as he has gotten another hopeful pupils, and thanked her for this. And he tells the two visitors that he will gladly teach them and said that he can tell that Yaoyorozu and Kendo appeared to be fast learners and can learn a lot in no time. Yaoyorozu and Kendo bowed in gratitude and said that they are looking forward to the lessons. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We look forward to your teachings. We want to be stronger. Please teach us. Yes, please teach us. We will learn diligently, and we can learn a lot from you. Shibuya. The scene shows that the city is business as usual, and that the people here are busybody, doing things like walking, driving, and selling items. And it was a lively area where business is thriving. And as of now, everything appeared peaceful as there are no signs of any criminal activity. Food, fashion, clothes, gadgets, all are there, and you can see that many merchants are enticing passerby to try out their products while offering them in discounted prices in hopes of earning money. Please buy our products. Best bargain, affordable prices. You will benefit from it. Come and buy them. Free testing. We promise you'll get your money's worth. Come over and see them. Along the way, two pro heroes and UA high teachers are passing by the area. They are Ryo and Yui Aka Hound Dog, Sekijiro Kan Aka Vlad King. The two teachers are having a day off and are looking for a good restaurant to eat, which Inui is complaining that they've been going around in circles for 30 minutes. But Dan assured to his fellow teacher and pro hero that they will soon find one. Ease up, Inui. HMPH. We'll find a restaurant soon. We've been going at it for 30 minutes already. It can't be helped. The place is jam-packed. I'm hungry. We'll find one soon. I hope so. Suddenly, Inui stopped, as his quirk tells him that he sensed the scent of illegal drugs being carried nearby, which Dan asked if he is sure, and Inui discreetly said that he is sure, and pinpointed the source from a man in a business suit carrying a rather thick briefcase, and said that there is no doubt that the drugs he sensed through his quirk came from there. Vlad King ... over there. Him? Yeah. His suitcase is carrying illegal drugs. You sure? No doubt about it. Let's wait and see. Fine. Soon a group of persons, which are from rival Yakuza groups, approach the man, and both UA teachers realize that an exchange involving drugs are taking place. And as the two UA teachers are about to strike, something unexpected happened, as a person, dressed in a white dog costume, pounced on the group, beating them up whilst exposing the drugs. Both Inui and Dan blinked their eyes at what they just saw, and wondered if the person is a pro hero or a vigilante, as this was the first time seeing someone taking down a drug running group in a getup like that. Hey, what the? Is that what I think it is? He seems to be imitating you. For real. Yeah. He's dressed like a dog. The person who beat up the crooks appeared to be eccentric as he fights like a dog rather than a person, and he turns out to be a pro hero, identified only as Watchdog Man. Shibuya. The scene shows that the city is business as usual, and that the people here are busybody, doing things like walking, driving, and selling items. And it was a lively area where business is thriving. And as of now, everything appeared peaceful as there are no signs of any criminal activity. For now, the pro heroes and UA teachers Sekijiro, Dan, and Ryo and Yui were looking for a restaurant to eat, and so far they haven't found one due to the numerous restaurants they passed were filled with customers. And Yui sighed in annoyance that he did not expect that restaurants in Shibuya would be this jam-packed at this time, though Dan assured to his fellow teacher and pro hero that they will find one soon and they can eat all they want. Easy, Inui. Geez. We've been walking around in circles for the past half hour. It can't be helped. The place is full of people. Be a bit patient. We'll soon find a restaurant that's not yet full. Really. HMPH. Inui sighed as he said he'll bear with it, and they continued walking around. That is, a few minutes later, the two teachers happened to stumble onto something, which is due to Inui's quirk caught what appeared to be a scent of an illegal drug that is being carried nearby, which Dan asked if he is sure. And Inui discreetly said that he is sure, and pinpointed the source from a man in a business suit carrying a rather thick briefcase, and said that there is no doubt that the drugs he sensed through his quirk came from there. Vlad King ... over there. That guy. Him? Yeah. His suitcase is carrying illegal drugs. You sure? No doubt about it. I can smell it. Let's wait and see. If he shows it and we caught him in the act, then we will strike. Fine. In a matter of seconds, a group of persons, which are from rival Yakuza groups, approached the man, and both UA teachers realized that an exchange involving drugs are taking place. And as the two UA teachers are about to strike, something unexpected happened, as a person, dressed in a white dog costume, pounced on the group, beating them up whilst exposing the drugs. Both Inui and Dan blinked their eyes at what they just saw, and wondered if the person is a pro hero or a vigilante, as this was the first time seeing someone taking down a drug-running group in a getup like that, in an unconventional way. Hey, what the? Is that what I think it is? He seems to be imitating you. For real. Yeah. He's dressed like a dog. The person who beat up the crooks appeared to be eccentric as he fights like a dog rather than a person, and he turns out to be a pro hero, identified only as Watchdog Man. Watchdog Man made sure that the Yakuza group and the man carrying the drugs won't go anywhere, and soon police arrived and found the evidence, where the policemen carried the suspects and took them away. Watchdog Man then went on top of a monument and sat there, which makes it look like a shrine of the famed dog, Hachiko. Vlad King and Hound Dog's sweat dropped as they wondered if Watchdog Man is really a pro hero or a person having a loose screw, as they felt that a normal person would not do something like that, such as imitating Hachiko. Watchdog Man, is he really a pro hero? Looks like it. But why that getup? Well, he seemed to be a bit. I bet he's a wacko. But he seemed to resemble you, Inoue. Knock it off. Din. Suddenly, Hound Dog clutched his ears as if something is trying to control him, and he crouches as he tries to fight it off, and Vlad King appeared worried and asked his fellow UA teacher what is wrong, and Hound Dog managed to tell him what he is feeling before he slowly loses control of himself, which made the homeroom teacher of Class 1B becoming worried. Inoue, what's wrong? As something controlling me. Hang in there. Inoue, see can't. Pull yourself together. Suddenly, Hound Dog began to act feral and started to attack Vlad King. And there the Class 1B teacher is forced to defend himself while trying to reach out to Hound Dog. But then he shouted at the pedestrians to get back, warning that Hound Dog is being controlled by someone, which alerted the rest of the crowd to back away while watching Vlad King attempting to restrain Hound Dog. Whoa, get back. What's going on? Isn't that the pro hero Hound Dog? Why is he attacking Vlad King? Something's not right. Someone call the police. Call a pro hero. Suddenly, Watchdog Man came down and took on Hound Dog, and the two heroes assumed dog-like stances, and Vlad King became worried at the turn of events and attempted to dissuade Watchdog Man from fighting, saying that Hound Dog is not feeling well, though Watchdog Man did not seem to listen to him as his sight is focused on Hound Dog. Hey, don't worry, I got this. My friend is not feeling well. Are you listening? Suddenly, Hound Dog charges forward, prompting Watchdog Man to do the same, and the two pro heroes began fighting like real dogs which seem to move from one spot to another. And Vlad King is unsure where to intervene, seeing that the two heroes are fighting ferociously like wild dogs, in which the Class 1B homeroom teacher is conflicted on what to do. The public watched in awe and worry, as they are astounded to see two pro heroes fighting each other, and they wondered what is going on, and some began recording the scene with their smartphones, commenting that this is a fun way to watch. And it would be a trending topic to the social media regarding two pro heroes whose motif are based on dogs. Wow, this is interesting. Two pro heroes looking like dogs. This is going to be a trending topic. The social media users are gonna be nuts when they see this. Let's do a selfie. Don't get too close. Picture X. Elsewhere, the scene shows that Izuku Midoriya is doing a window shopping at a nearby mall, and then came across a surplus shop that sells vegetables and fruits at discounted prices. And as Midoriya looks on, he saw Minor Mind appearing about, in which he is wearing his hero costume, and there Midoriya asked Minda why is he wearing his costume. Minda revealed that a food company wanted to use his image as a way to advertise their newest products, and said the company requested that he appear in his hero costume. And when he did, he is paid well, giving him a paycheck worth 3 months of salary. Really, Minda-san? Yup, the company must have saw some financial potential in you. Yep, being a UA student sure is advantageous. I even get paid for doing advertising work. Guess you are feeling happy now. Yeah, now I got an allowance for the next 3 months. Ha. By then, pro hero Saitama passes by, also wearing his hero costume, and he recognized Midoriya and greeted him, asking how are things and if he is studying at Silver Fang's dojo, in which Midoriya said that he recommended his classmates to study at Silver Fang's dojo, and the dojo is slowly being filled with martial arts enthusiasts, and told him that he only spent a month there and left, reasoning that he was busy with the work studies and all. Minda stared at Saitama, as he has heard of him through Midoriya, though he is quite taken aback at seeing him in person, and mentally commented that Saitama had a rather odd look and doesn't look like a serious pro hero. But then he whispered to Midoriya and asked if what he said is true about Saitama being super strong. Hey, Midoriya. Yes, Minda, that bald-looking guy. What about it? Is it true that you said that he's really strong? Sort of. I saw him withstood some blows, so he's strong as all might, I suppose. Saitama noticed Minda and mistook him for Midoriya's little relative and patted him on the head, asking which elementary school he is studying, commenting that he seemed to be a kindergarten student. Not to mention he finds Minda's costume odd-looking, as he mistook the small tights for a diaper, which he commented about it, causing Minda to stare in annoyance and felt quite insulted. And he told him that he is in high school and at present he is 16 years old. Saitama blinked his eyes as he did not expect this and said that Minda looked more like a toddler given the diaper-looking ornament on Minda's hero costume. Minda stared wide-eyed and began to verbally lash at Saitama, but Midoriya held him back and urged him to calm down, saying that Saitama said that based on what he saw and that he cannot be blamed if he sees Minda looking like a kid due to his size and hero costume. But Minda refuses and demanded that Saitama apologize for the insult, I refuse. That baldy really ticked me off. Calm down, Minta. I can't calm down. He insulted me. It was an honest opinion. He didn't really mean it. For me it is. Calm down, Minta. I can't. I never been so humiliated in my whole life. Just calm down. Saitama stared in a rather innocent way, seeing that Minta is taking the statement too personal, as he did not know that Minta is really a high school student, as he assumed the UA student being in elementary due to his height. And Midoriya tried hard to calm his classmate down, as he said that Saitama did not really mean it and urged him to forget what the bald-looking pro-hero said. Suddenly, one of the customers came running, saying that he saw a news report about the feared villain. All for One has escaped and is heading this way, which the customers stared in terror, since they are aware that All Might is retired and can no longer fight. Everyone, run for your lives. Huh? Why? All for One has escaped. He's going to attack. What? No way. This is bad. I'm out of here. Suddenly, All for One barged through the wall, and he looked around until finding Midoriya, as he is intending to target the boy due to him possessing the quirk One for All. And he tells Midoriya that he will be taking the quirk as the boy has no right wielding it. Midoriya pushes Minta back as a way to protect him, as he did not want his classmate to get dragged in, and to prevent All for One from targeting him to steal his classmate's quirk should the villain discover Minta's quirk function. And he tells Minta to go run and get help from pro-heroes. Minta asked Midoriya if he is sure, which Midoriya nodded and told his classmate to go and get help. Just go. Are you sure, Midoriya? You're going to face that guy. Yes, but I'll manage. Just go and get help. But you against. Trust me on this, Minta. Just go and get help. Saitama watches on as Midoriya activates his quirk and is ready to use shoot-style full cowling, ready to defend himself and the customers inside the mall. Though All for One just grinned as he said that once he takes Midoriya's quirk, he will be ready to resume his business and settle an old score with All Might and resume his tutoring with the League of Villains. Midoriya, however, rebukes him and said he will not let the villain do as he wants. You won't. Really, boy. You won't take anyone's quirk ever again. Ha ha. So brave, yet foolish. I will stop you. You'll be an easy prey. And once I take your quirk, I'll kill you and present your head as trophy to All Might. Just you try it, stupid boy. All of a sudden, something barged through the wall, causing a huge hole that sent debris flying, hitting several Malgoers and caused numerous injuries. And there the culprit entered, revealing that it was the villain All for One. And he looked around as if he is looking for someone, until finding the one he is looking for, Izuku Midoriya, his target for his latest mission. The villain is targeting Midoriya personally, as he is intending to target the boy due to him possessing the quirk One for All that he inherited from All Might. And upon confronting the Class 1 student, he tells Midoriya that he will be taking the quirk as the boy has no right wielding it. So we finally meet. All for One. I'll be taking that quirk. It belongs to me and not to you. I won't let you. Really, you won't have it. Over my dead body. How courageous. Then I'll have to kill you for that. Damn. The Class 1 student gritted his teeth at realizing what the villain's aim. And their Midoriya pushes Minta back as a way to protect him, as he did not want his classmate to get dragged in, and to prevent All for One from targeting him to steal his classmate's quirk should the villain discover Minta's quirk function. And he tells Minta to go run and get help from pro-heroes. Minta asked Midoriya if he is sure, which Midoriya nodded and told his classmate to go and get help. Just go. Are you sure, Midoriya? You're going to face that guy. Yes, but I'll manage. Just go and get help. But you against. Trust me on this, Minta. Just go and get help. Saitama watches on in a rather innocent curiosity as Midoriya activates his quirk and is ready to use shoot-style full cowling, ready to defend himself and the customers inside the mall. Though All for One just grinned as he said that once he takes Midoriya's quirk, he will be ready to resume his business and settle an old score with All Might and resume his tutoring with the League of Villains. Midoriya, however, rebukes him and said he will not let the villain do as he wants. You won't. I won't let you have your way. I'll stop you. Really, boy. You think you can stop someone as powerful as me? You won't take anyone's quirk ever again. Ha ha. So brave, yet foolish. I take what I desire. And I desire taking your quirk. And make it as my own. You won't have it. I will stop you. You'll be an easy prey. And once I take your quirk, I'll kill you and present your head as trophy to All Might. Just you try it, stupid boy. Prepare to die. All for One grinned as he is poised to take Midoriya on, while the green-haired boy began to activate his quirk and is ready to go for 100%, knowing that he cannot hold back due to the fact that the villain can steal other people's quirk, and has to stall him until other pro-heroes arrive. And as he is ready to attack, All for One moved at a fast speed and appeared before Minta, blocking the Class 1 student's path and preventing his escape. There the villain said he learned about Minta's quirk and said it would come in handy if he were to take it, and tells a terrified Minta to give his quirk to him unless he wants to die, terrifying Minta as he slowly backed away. Despite getting scared, he defiantly tells the villain he will not give his quirk away. Now then give me your. I won't. Find someone else. Fool, I mean it. Get away from me. You cannot escape me. Just you wait. As Mineta uses his quirk and threw the pop balls at the villain, All for One simply dodged it and is getting closer towards Mineta, ready to steal the boy's quirk, until Midoriya uses a shoot-style flying kick which sends the villain staggering back. And there Midoriya told Mineta to run and get help from other pro heroes while he hold the villain off as long as he can. Mineta was hesitant as he could not let Midoriya face the feared villain alone. But Midoriya confidently assured to Amanita that he can hold the villain off for a while, and told him to use this opportunity to get help, which finally convinces the shortest Class 1 student to go. Just go, Mineta-kun. But, don't worry, I got this. Are you sure, Midoriya? Yes, but, trust me on this, Mineta-kun. Nodding, Mineta ran off as Midoriya began to use his other techniques to distract All for One to keep him busy that would allow Mineta to make an escape and get help. And while his classmates succeeded in escaping them all, Midoriya uses everything he could think of to stall the villain, but All for One wasn't fazed, and did not mind losing the chance to steal Mineta's quirk, as he would opt to take Midoriya's instead. The villain then waited as Midoriya delivered consecutive attacks, as he allowed Midoriya to hit him, and waited for the right moment to catch him, and when Midoriya is in close range, he grabbed the boy and punched him on his gut pretty hard, enough to disable him, and the Class 1 student was weakened, and the blow to his stomach is strong enough to make him cough blood before he is slammed to the floor. There All for One smirked and said that he will take the boy's quirk and told Midoriya to say goodbye to his dream of becoming a hero as he will lose his quirk for the rest of his life as it will never be returned to him ever. Now then, I will take your quirk, and All Might will despair at seeing his successor die at my hands. Say goodbye, Izuku Midoriya. As All for One is ready to steal Midoriya's quirk, Saitama stepped in, seeing that the villain is doing something that is borderlining more than just bullying, and kicked the villain on his side, sending him careening a few blocks away, thus preventing the villain from stealing Midoriya's quirk, saving the boy from having lose his dream of becoming a hero. Saitama asked Midoriya if he is okay, which the boy nodded though he coughed a bit as he is badly hurt, coughing out a few blood from his mouth, as he felt that his injury is quite bad as he clutched his stomach, which was throbbing in pain. Hey, are you okay? Cough, cough. Why yeah, you're hurt. I'm fine. Take a rest. I'll deal with that pervert. Wait. He. Saitama patted Midoriya's head and tells him he did well in fending off the villain, and told the boy to rest up as he will deal with the villain just as All for One got back, as he is rather surprised at being caught by surprise at what Saitama did. And he became intrigued as the blow he received was quite strong, which rivaled that of All Might, and believed that Saitama possesses a similar quirk. The then tells Saitama that he will take his quirk first before taking Midoriya's, saying this would be an added bonus for him, which only made the bald-headed hero stare at him in bafflement as he is unaware about quirks, and asked the villain what he meant by that. Midoriya stared in confusion at hearing this as Saitama asked All for One what does he mean about the quirk and what made him say that Saitama himself have such a thing called quirk. What did you say? You heard me. What do you mean by quirk? Are you? Hey, is this a joke? No, I'm serious. What is a quirk? Baffled at first, All for One was rather amused, thinking that Saitama is trying to psyche him, and he grabbed the hero by his bald head and attempted to steal his quirk, which the villain became baffled as he felt that nothing happened. And Saitama blinked his eyes as he wondered what the villain is doing, and asked what All for One is doing. The villain concentrated hard as he tries to absorb Saitama's powers, believing that the hero possesses a quirk, and became annoyed that nothing is happening and demanded to know why he is unable to absorb anything, and thinking that he is being molested. Saitama did a straight punch and hits All for One on his stomach, and the blow sends the villain crashing against a wall, knocking him down. Midoriya wobbly gets up and asks Saitama if he is okay, which the bald-headed hero nodded, saying he is fine. And the boy asked what happened and if the villain stole the hero's powers, which Saitama said he did not lose anything, and asked Midoriya what All for One meant about the quirk. What did you say? You heard me. What does that guy mean about a quirk? Are you? Hey, could you answer? You don't know what a quirk is? No, I'm serious. What is a quirk? Midoriya's sweat dropped at hearing this and wondered if Saitama is in the right mind or not, as he could not believe that a hero doesn't know anything about the quirk, and he reluctantly told Saitama what he knows. And the bald-headed hero stared in confusion, and said he doesn't seem to understand it well, but told the confused Midoriya that while he does have super strength, he said he doesn't have one, and tells the boy the reason why he possesses super strength is because he overdid his workout routine for over 3 years. Midoriya stared wide-eyed in disbelief at hearing the reason, and he asked Saitama if he is serious, as he could not believe that the bald-headed hero would gain such immense power by simply working out as the sole reason. And he asked Saitama if he is serious about what he said just now. Working ... Yeah, You got powers by working out, sort of, though it resulted in me losing my hair. Are you serious? Yeah, I am. By then All for One got up and is quite pissed at being humiliated, and tells Saitama that if he cannot have the hero's quirk, then he will simply kill him rather than letting the bald hero ruin his plans. And as he is about to deliver a blow, Saitama did a blow of his own, delivering a kick to the villain's balls, causing All for One to kneel in pain, and the hero did a standing uppercut, punching him upward on his jaws, sending the feared villain upward, smashing the ceiling. By then Minta arrived with several pro-heroes and approached Midoriya, and asked if the boy is okay, as Midoriya nodded. All for One came crashing down, head first onto the pavement, hitting the floor that caused a hole, and the villain is knocked out. Minta is baffled and asked Midoriya if he did that. And as Midoriya is about to say that Saitama did it, Saitama said that Midoriya defeated the villain. And both the summoned pro-hero and Minta were surprised and asked the boy if he really did that. Impressed at the perceived heroics the boy did, unaware that it was Saitama who defeated All for One. Wow, you really did that. You're amazing, kid. Actually, you really are a true hero. Well, never mind it. Let's take you to a hospital. Due to that lack of eyewitnesses who fled during the battle, no one can prove who defeated the villain, and the summoned heroes praised Midoriya as the boy stared at Saitama. And the bald hero nodded and winked his eye, signifying that Midoriya is better off taking the credit instead of him. As the unconscious All for One is restrained and taken away, Midoriya is loaded into the ambulance and is being taken to a nearby hospital, and Saitama left as he is busy buying groceries in order to prepare for tonight's dinner. A few days later, things went back to normal at the city following the escape and recapture of the feared villain All for One, in which it became a trending topic where Midoriya is being credited in defeating the dangerous villain. And despite his attempt to deny and tell the truth, he is unable to do so as Saitama made it appear that Midoriya did it. While the press and even his fellow students in UA High took the news serious, Midoriya felt like cheating, though he recalled what Saitama said to him that he should take the credit. And the ninth user of One for All wondered why Saitama opted not to let the press and the public know about the truth, feeling that it is a bit unfair to Saitama since he is the one who really defeated All for One. His trail of thought was interrupted when Siro, Kaminari and Minta began lauding Midoriya for the supposed victory over All for One, which Midoriya could only nod in response, being unable to rebut the statements that he defeated the villain. Midoriya, you rock. I can't believe you actually defeated that feared villain. Yeah. How did you do it? Yeah, we want to know. Tell us. Bakugo glanced at the scene, as he finds it skeptical that Midoriya defeated All for One, as he knew that Midoriya is not strong enough to face the villain, recalling how All Might struggled to defeat the villain months ago, and felt that there is more to this than meets the eye, and opted to wait for the right time to confront Midoriya and get the truth out of him. By then Todoroki came, holding a newspaper which he showed to his classmates about the incident at Shibuya, where two dog-themed pro-heroes came to blows, which showed the topic, and the picture of the two pro-heroes in question, which are Hound Dog, Watchdog Man. Kirishima read it and wondered why two pro-heroes went at it like that, which Minta suggested that the two pro-heroes are probably fighting over a mate, attributing to the ones they saw on National Geographic Channel, where two dogs would fight over a female dog during the mating season, which the others glanced at Minta and berated him for such a silly suggestion, saying that this is not actually the case. Minta, are you an idiot? What made you say that? Yeah, those two heroes wouldn't do something like that. You got a loose screw on your head. Geez, Minta ... Can't you think smart for once? You really think something perverted, aren't you? You suck. Todoroki came and told his classmate that he got the news and revealed that a villain was nearby during that time, and is revealed to be behind the Hound Dog Watchdog Man brawl, saying that he defeated the villain upon seeing him playing a flute, which has the ability to affect dogs' senses, which included Hound Dog, and once the unidentified villain is defeated, Todoroki used his ice quirk to disable the flute, and Hound Dog soon calmed down, and everything went back to normal while the villain has been arrested and taken into custody. As Class 1 are talking about what to do next, Nito Monoma showed up and started to taunt Midoriya over the supposed victory over All for One, saying that Midoriya is feeling like an important person, but noted that soon the League of Villains would target him because they now feel that Midoriya is becoming a threat, and say that Midoriya would get beaten up soon. Thus Midoriya is going to pay the price for letting success get over his head. Most of Class 1 reacted negatively and berated Monoma for his comments, reiterating that Midoriya is not acting arrogant over his victory over All for One, and even said that Midoriya acted out of self-defense and not out of showing off. Monoma, are you an idiot? What made you say that? Yeah, Midoriya isn't the type who would do something like that. You got a loose screw on your head. Geez, Monoma ... Can't you think something smart for once? You really think Midoriya would do something cheap, do you? You suck. By then, Itsuka Kendo showed up and smacked Monoma on the head, knocking him out, and apologized to class 1 for what he just said, which Ada spoke on behalf of his class, saying that he appreciated her actions in keeping Monoma in line, and urged her to do something, as Monoma is increasingly acting in a way that might agitate class 1 to physically retaliate, especially when Monoma's words are uncalled for regarding Midoriya defeating All for One. Kendo assured to Ada that she will keep a close eye on Monoma and will make sure that she will prevent him from provoking class 1 in the future. Ada nodded and said he appreciated. Rest assured, I'll keep an eye on Monoma. I see. Please do. Let me know if he said something insulting to you and your classmates. I will. Monoma will get what's coming if he keep this up. Much appreciated. Got to go. See you. As the 2 Class 1B members left, Class 1 sighed in relief, and their Uraraka comforted Midoriya, telling him not to let Monoma's taunting get the best of him, which Midoriya smiled and assured to her that he is okay and is not agitated. I'm okay, Uraraka-san. Really? Yeah, really. That's good to hear, Deku. Don't worry, Deku, I'm fine now. Okay. Bakugo glances at Midoriya, as he is sure that Midoriya couldn't have pulled it off, knowing that All for One is so strong that it took all might to defeat the villain. And he wondered how Midoriya is able to beat the villain so easily, since Bakugo is aware that Midoriya has not fully mastered his quirk. Soon Shoto Aizawa came and told the students that classes are about to commence. A few days later, the scene shifts at a shopping district where Midoriya and Bakugo are assigned by Principal Nezu to buy him a rare cheese that is imported from France. And while Midoriya has no problem accepting the request, Bakugo wondered why he has to come along. But then Kirishima showed up and told Bakugo that this is okay as he would get to go window shopping after getting the item that Nezu requested. Bakugo sighed in annoyance as he wondered why he has to go along with Midoriya since getting this item is easy for one person. But Midoriya said that the item they are getting for the principal is very rare, that Nezu stated that there might be thieves wanting to steal the item and sell it to the black market. Hence it is necessary to have someone come along to provide assistance. Bakugo sighed again and said that if not for Nezu's promise that he would get bonus points for the curriculum, he would reject the request, which Midoriya laughed nervously and said that at least they would get free time after. Come on, now, Ka-chan. HMPH. I can't believe I let the principal talk me over. Haha. Well, whatever. Let's go. Yeah, I want to end this shopping early. It won't be long, Ka-chan. Easy for you to say, Deku. By then, Mineta and Kaminari showed up. And their Kirishima asked the 2 what are they doing here, in which Midoriya explained. And when asked what the other 2 are doing here, the 2 classmates said that aside from window shopping, they would get to see pretty girls here inside the mall. Which Bakugo rolled his eyes and tells Midoriya that they should get going and get the item that Nezu is asking to get, stating that he doesn't want to get embroiled in one of Kirishima and Mineta's girl-chasing schemes. Soon Bakugo and Midoriya got the item, which is a box wrapped in a gift wrapper that is as big as a table electric fan. And as the 2 boys are about to leave, Mineta invited the 2 boys to tag along, saying that he found a spot where pretty and attractive girls are convening, which Bakugo called Mineta a maniac, which Midoriya urges Bakugo to calm down and said he can turn down the request without shouting. Though Bakugo told Midoriya that he should learn to draw the line and not get dragged onto Mineta's voyeuristic escapades. Geez, Deku. You need to grow a spine. You got to let them know that you don't want to, not let them make you submit to their whims. Of course not. Then be firm and say no. Kirishima snickered and tells Bakugo that Midoriya is right, and that he should calm down a bit, saying that there's no harm in watching girls, and tells Bakugo that he should look for a potential girlfriend, which Bakugo stared incredulously. Are you crazy, you electric eel? Well, I'm not into that right now. I heard that the girl from Shikzu High is asking for your contact number, so you found a potential crush. You want to die, you lightning rod. Kaminari and Midoriya laughed nervously when Bakugo accuses Kirishima of being a cupid or matchmaker. And as the boys are about to leave, they heard gasps from shoppers, and as the boys turn around, they are awed at seeing who just passed by, and Mineta was surprised to see who it was. It turns out to be the pro hero, Fubuki, aka Hellish Blizzard, and their Mineta and Kaminari told Midoriya about it, which he said that this is an unexpected coincidence, as the attractive pro hero would come to this mall, wondering what is she doing here. But Mineta smirked as his eyes are aimed at her chest, specifically her breasts, which Midoriya noticed and whispered to Mineta to stop it or he'll get himself in trouble. Mineta-kun. Yeah, you're staring at that woman's chest. I know. Avert your eyes, or she'll catch you. Not to worry. But, it's fine. Bakugo stared at Fubuki from head to toe, and is rather intrigued at hearing other shoppers whispering about her status as a pro hero, and wondered what kind of powers she possesses, though he noticed that she is escorted by 2 men in business suits, who turn out to be her subordinates, Wild Monkey and Eyelashes. There the 2 men noticed Bakugo and believed that he is leering Fubuki and approached the blonde-haired boy, asking if he is staring at her in a perverted way, which Bakugo aggressively denied the accusation, And though he admitted that he did stare at her, he said he did not do it in a malicious way, which the two men did not seemingly believe him. You sure you're not acting perverted? I bet you're imagining her naked. I'm not, you knuckleheads. Huh, what? I was staring at her because I heard she is a pro hero and am observing her to see what powers she possess. You better not thinking of masturbating inside a toilet. We punish perverts. I said I'm not, you assholes. Tempers started to flare as the two men threatened Bakugo if proven that he is having perverted intentions. And Bakugo responded by challenging them to a fight, prompting Kirishima to intervene as tries to calm Bakugo down, while Midoriya attempted to mediate the misunderstanding here. Though Kaminari and Minto appeared to stay silent over this, yet this seemed to attract Fubuki's attention and seemingly decided to find out the cause of the disturbance, as she do not like wasting valuable time unnecessarily. She asked Eyelashes and Wild Monkey what is going on here. And after being told, she stared at Bakugo and asked him if this is true, and he denied the accusations, saying he only stared at her after hearing word that she is a pro hero. Fubuki stared at Bakugo in the eyes, and she can feel the aggressiveness in him, yet she can tell that he is not a perverted person and took the boy's word for it, and apologized for the inconvenience, which Bakugo just nodded. Midoriya sighed in relief as the possible conflict has been averted. But then a voice spoke through the mall speakers, announcing that a bomb that is as strong as the one that blew up Hiroshima during World War II is hidden within the mall, and challenged any pro hero here to find it, for it will detonate remotely in 180 seconds. Bakugo stared at Fubuki from head to toe, and is rather intrigued at hearing other shoppers whispering about her status as a pro hero, and wondered what kind of powers she possesses, though he noticed that she is escorted by two men in business suits, who turn out to be her subordinates, Wild Monkey and Eyelashes. Though the two men noticed Bakugo and believed that he is leering Fubuki and approached the blonde-haired boy, asking if he is staring at her in a perverted way, which Bakugo aggressively denied the accusation. And though he admitted that he did stare at her, he said he did not do it in a malicious way, which the two men did not seemingly believe him. You sure you're not acting perverted? I bet you're imagining her naked. I'm not, you knuckleheads. Huh, what? I was staring at her because I heard she is a pro hero and am observing her to see what powers she possess. You better not thinking of masturbating inside a toilet. We punish perverts. I said I'm not, you assholes. Tempers started to flare as the two men threatened Bakugo if proven that he is having perverted intentions, and Bakugo responded by challenging them to a fight, prompting Kirishima to intervene as tries to calm Bakugo down, while Midoriya attempted to mediate the misunderstanding here. Though Kaminari and Minto appeared to stay silent over this, yet this seemed to attract Fubuki's attention and seemingly decided to find out the cause of the disturbance, as she do not like wasting valuable time unnecessarily. She asked Eyelashes and Wild Monkey what is going on here. And after being told, she stared at Bakugo and asked him if this is true, and he denied the accusations, saying he only stared at her after hearing word that she is a pro hero. Fubuki stared at Bakugo in the eyes, and she can feel the aggressiveness in him, yet she can tell that he is not a perverted person and took the boy's word for it, and apologized for the inconvenience, which Bakugo just nodded. Wild Monkey and Eyelashes asked Fubuki if she is fine with this, and she nodded, assuring that no malicious intent is found on Bakugo, and tells them to forget what just happened, which the two men reluctantly heeded. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now let us get on our way. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And remember why we came here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Midoriya sighed in relief as the possible conflict has been averted. But then a voice spoke through the mall speakers, announcing that a bomb that is as strong as the one that blew up Hiroshima during World War II is hidden within the mall, and challenged any pro hero here to find it, for it will detonate remotely in 180 seconds. The UA students were taken aback if this threat is real or not, knowing that security is strict. Huh, the bomb threat. For real, this has got to be a joke, right? Huh, the bomb, huh, Ka-chan. Where's the bomb? Hold on, you guys. While the mall customers initially dismissed it as a prank, the bomber made his point when one of the escalators exploded, injuring a dozen victims, and the hidden bomber spoke via the speakers that he means business and that the escalator is just a sample, and warned everyone that attempts to escape the mall will trigger the Hiroshima bomb, which not only blow up the entire building but the shock wave will also result in casualties that would reach Shibuya and nearby cities. This causes everyone inside the mall to go into panic as they realize that they are trapped, resulting in a stampede which further aggravate the already tense situation. KKK. KKKYYYAHHH. Help. I don't want to die. KKK. KKKYYYAHHH. Help. I don't want to die. Bakugo, Midoriya, Minta, Hiroshima and Kaminari are taken aback at seeing the panic it caused and are about to try calming everyone down when Fubuki uses her telekinesis to freeze the panicking shoppers at sight. And there she told the shoppers to calm down as she will try locating the bomb. and stated that panicking will only hasten the danger. The shoppers were taken in by her words and did as told. An order was somewhat restored, as Midoriya uses the chance to rally his classmates' eye on finding the bomb, which Bakugo and Kirishima nodded while Kaminari and Mineta are told to evacuate the shoppers as calmly as possible, which the latter two quickly accepted. Sure, we'll do it. Leave it to us. We'll look after the shoppers. Go find the bomb, and get it out of the mall. We're counting on you guys. Yeah. As Kaminari and Mineta are leading the shoppers towards the exit door, the shutter suddenly comes down and closes, where the hidden bomber spoke via the speakers and sarcastically apologized, saying that no one is allowed to leave, saying that witnesses are needed in order to witness how the heroes would find and fail in finding the bomb. The bomber also said that anyone attempting to escape will be punished, and made his threat serious when another escalator was detonated and fell on top of the shoppers, injuring them immensely and once more triggered a panic, as the shoppers screamed in terror that they are about to be killed off. KKK. KKKYYYAHHH. Help. I don't want to die. KKK. KKKYYYAHHH. Help. I don't want to die. Kaminari and Mineta are shaken by this, and yet they tried to keep the shoppers from exploding into panic as they struggled to keep them under control. As a stampede is starting to take place and the two Class 1 members are slowly being overwhelmed by the panicking shoppers as they begin to attempt lifting the shutters, Midoriya told Bakugo and Kirishima that they need to find the bomb as well as the bomber, seeing that this is what the bomber had intended, to sow fear and panic. And while Kirishima is ready to go, Bakugo didn't like being told off by Midoriya. Yet he is compelled to take his lead for now if it would help in finding the bomb and flush out the bomber. Ka-chan. Yeah, I know. Help us in finding the bomb. I'm on it. Thanks. Just don't order me around. Okay. HMPH. Midoriya and Kirishima then went to separate floors to find the bomb, while Bakugo remained and looked around, where he glanced at his surroundings as Wild Monkey and Eyelashes go help Mineta and Kaminari in calming the panicking shoppers, and their Fubuki noticed that Bakugo is looking around his vicinity. And she approached him, asking if he is looking for the bomb, which he said that he has a feeling that something is not right here. By then the bomber said that only 120 seconds are remaining, and said that in every 10 seconds that is wasted, another escalator will detonate, and made his threat real as another escalator was dislodged and fell, almost hitting Midoriya in the process, yet Kirishima made the save. He asked if Midoriya is okay, which the 9th user of One for All assured that he is okay. Midoriya. Kirishima. Are you okay? Yeah, good thing I got there in time. Thanks for the save. Sure, come on. We need to solve this case. As Bakugo glances at the speaker that is attached to the wall, he noticed that the wire is leading upward. And their Fubuki noticed the pattern and uses her psychic power to see if there are any connection, and instructs Bakugo to follow her lead. Bakugo did not like it and said he is not following orders from someone with a huge boobs, and she got ticked by the remark, but she said that the safety of the shoppers rests in her and Bakugo's efforts to find the bomb and flush out the bomber. Though irritated, Bakugo is forced to accept the urging of Fubuki, and the two began investigating the speaker, and there she uses her psychic power to find a connection between the device and the bomber. There she vaguely sensed an aura that emanated from the speaker's wire that goes way up, and there she realized that the bomber is located near the rooftop of the mall, and took Bakugo's hand as she led him towards the fire exit. And once there, he asked what is she intending to do, and is taken aback when told of what they are about to do. Bakugo didn't like this, yet Fubuki professionally told him that it is up to her and him to stop the bomber before he causes more injuries, and he gritted his teeth at being relegated to being a sidekick to a pro hero. Yet he is forced to comply when assured that he will benefit from this. Trust me on this, young man. Well, fine, good, let's get this over with. Then let us go. Using her psychic powers, she levitated herself and Bakugo upward and they head towards the rooftop. But then as they are nearing it, she stopped at the last minute and glances at an air vent, where she uses her psychic powers to locate the bomber, and once she got a lock, she instructs Bakugo to use his powers to flush him out. Bakugo smirked a bit as he is rather pleased at Fubuki letting him draw first blood, and uses his explosion quirk onto the air vent, where the strong impact sends the bomber out and falling off from the air vent, and Fubuki uses her psychic powers to catch him, who turns out to be an escaped test subject from a secret government facility who possess a limited psychic ability, and he is in disbelief at how Fubuki was able to find his hiding place. There she demanded that he hand over the device that would set off the bomb so that she can defuse it, but the foolish psychic refuses to concede, and presses the button and said that the bomb is located at the ground floor, and it will detonate in 15 seconds and will be as powerful as the one used by the Allied forces during World War II, and not even Fubuki can stop the imminent explosion. Fubuki and Bakugo are taken aback at seeing the vileness of the suspect, and using her psychic powers to use a metal bar to bind the bomber. She and Bakugo race back to the ground floor, where they saw the bomb being exposed and the timer is ticking at 10 seconds. Midoriya and Kirishima are struggling to try lifting the bomb, which resembled a missile that is as big as a Christmas tree, in order to move it out of the way, and the panicking shoppers screamed that they are about to be killed. KKK. KKKYYYAHHH. Help. I don't want to die. KKK. KKKYYYAHHH. Help. I don't want to die. The psychic bomber laughed maniacally and proclaimed that his masterpiece will be acknowledged and his name will live on. But someone unexpected came, and it turns out to be Tatsumaki, the pro hero who is the other half of the psychic sisters. And the panicking shoppers saw a glimmer of hope and they begged Tatsumaki to save them from the bomb. Look, it's her. It's Tatsumaki. We're saved. Save US. We'll root for you. Get rid of the bomb. Save US all. Using her psychic powers, Tatsumaki trapped the bomb inside a force bubble and slowly decompresses it, while crushing it at the same time. And the bomb is slowly turned and reduced into a small pile of junk, its circuitry damaged, and thus the bomb was safely diffused and not explode, thus saving the mall and the shoppers. The shoppers were overjoyed and gave praise to Tatsumaki, which she smirked as she is pleased to get the praise, while at the same time they jeered at the UA students, calling them useless high school heroes who could do nothing. Yeah, Tatsumaki saved US. Thanks to the pro hero. Yeah, the US students are useless. What a bunch of amateurs. You a high wasted money on the likes of you. You kids go home. While most of the class 1 boys opted to ignore it, Bakugo is pissed as he berated the shoppers for being ungrateful to the UA students who tried hard to protect the shoppers. But Tatsumaki told Bakugo to shut up since he didn't do anything useful. And Fubuki realized that things might get ugly if Bakugo were to engage in a shouting match with Tatsumaki. However, the die is cast as Tatsumaki and Bakugo began shouting each other out and traded insults at one another, while Kirishima uses his quirk to remove the shutters and produced an exit, where ambulances arrived to help out the injured. This, however, is overshadowed as Tatsumaki and Bakugo traded insults, which became quite intense. What was that, you blondie? You heard me, shorty. Shorty, what? Want me to call you a dwarf? Are you insulting me? Got a problem, you lolican? Who are you calling lolican, you shotakin? You want to die, you brat. A few days have passed since the incident at the mall. The scene shifts at Heights Alliance, where the rest of Class 1 are having breakfast, in which they tried to cheer up the following classmates who are still reeling from what happened, which are Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, Ijiro Kirishima, Minoru Maita, Denki Kaminari. The rest of Class 1 learned that the 5 classmates were given the cold reception despite that Midoriya and the others managed to flush out the bomber. Yet the hostages were less grateful and instead gave praise to another pro hero who got rid of the bomb, Tatsumaki. Ashido can sympathize with the 5 boys and felt that the hostages should have given praise to the boys as they did their best in trying to contain the situation, while Bakugo and the other pro hero, Fubuki, were able to capture the bomber and all, which Asui also agreed, though she pointed out that there is not much they can do, and stated that it is best that they ignore the hostages who were less grateful to the 5 boys' efforts, which Ashido seemed to disagree. No way, Kiro, those hostages are so ungrateful. Kiro, there's nothing we can. There is. Calm down, Mina-chan. But, Asui, Kiro, Minda seemed to agree with Ashido, complaining that the hostages were totally selfish, as all they did was panic and all, while calling him and his classmates useless. Though Midoriya urged him not to dwell on it and what mattered is that everyone is safe and that no one was hurt. Though Kirishima pointed out that there were some injuries during that hostage situation where the bomber bombed several escalators. Midoriya paused and realized that Kirishima was right, and felt a bit dejected, though Kirishima assured that at least no one died, and that's what really mattered, which seemed to calm Midoriya a bit, saying that if only the situation is a bit different, but his classmate pointed out that things happen. Come on, Midoriya. Lighten up. Well, things happen, but what matters is, if only things were, we just have to accept it. That's what real men do. You're right, Kirishima-kun. By then Class 1 noticed that Bakugo is unusually silent, and noted that he is quite pissed, and the rest wondered what is bugging him, until Minter realized what the reason is, and told them how Bakugo got humiliated when he got into an argument with Tatsumaki. And there he showed them the footage that he secretly recorded. The rest of Class 1 saw it, in which it showed that Tatsumaki and Bakugo are trading verbal jabs until she uses her telekinesis and lifts Bakugo up and spins him around like a top. And Bakugo shouted expletives while using his quirk, but could not reach her before she tosses him around, which Fubuki intervened and talked Tatsumaki into letting him go, but she ignored him. Midoriya approached Tatsumaki and calmly urged her to stop, saying that nothing would be accomplished if she keeps it like this, and surprisingly the pro hero relented and drops Bakugo, which he fell face first on the floor. And there the pissed-off boy attempted to go after her but is restrained by Kirishima and Kaminari, urging him to calm down, but he wouldn't oblige. Whoa, Bakugo, let me go. Calm down. I'm gonna kill that pint-sized brat. Asia, her power's way out of your league. I don't care. Calm zone, Bakugo. Let me go, I say. Just let it go. After the footage ended, the rest of Class 1 were astonished to see Tatsumaki's power, especially how she got rid of the bomb harmlessly and how she handled Bakugo. And there they saw Bakugo growling after being reminded of the humiliation he got. But then Zero snickered at being manhandled by someone who is a bit taller than Mainta. Bakugo got pissed and threatened to attack Zero, but Kirishima managed to talk him out of it, urging him to let it go since there is nothing he can do and urged him not to dwell on it since that incident has ended. Whoa, Bakugo, let me go. Calm down. I'm gonna kill that masking taped freak. Asia, don't let Zero's teasing get the better of you. I don't care. Calm zone, Bakugo. Let me go, I say. Just let it go. Midoriya nodded and tells Bakugo that what matters is that the authorities acknowledged what the Class 1 students did and that is that, and urged Bakugo to ignore the bashers who seemingly support Tatsumaki and ignored Class 1A's efforts. Kirishima agreed and tells Bakugo to chill, assuring that everything will be okay and that the teachers acknowledging the efforts that they did. Come on, Bakugo. Just chill. The police acknowledged our efforts. That's all that matters. By then all eyes are on Mainta, as he stared dreamily while smiling, and their Kaminari asked what Mainta is thinking, in which he said that he managed to secretly get another glimpse at Fubuki's well-endowed breasts, which Kaminari agreed as he had to admit that Fubuki is a very attractive pro-heroine though her powers are something they have to look out for. Mainta jokingly said that Fubuki's bodyguards mistook Bakugo for being a hentai as they assumed that he is staring at Fubuki's chest, which the others Class 1 students glanced at Bakugo, as they do not believe that he would do something like that. Huh, Bakugo, did you? No way. The bad boy of Class 1 is staring at a woman's chest. Very naughty, Bakugo. I do not believe he would do that. Me too. He's not into that. Bakugo stared in annoyance and told his classmates that it was a misunderstanding and explained his side, while at the same time he acknowledged that Fubuki is strong given her psychic powers and all, and their Mainta jokingly suggests that he bring Bakugo with him so that he can distract the bodyguards while taking the chance to steal a glance at Fubuki's chest. This pisses Bakugo off and began threatening his classmate, which Mainta went behind Midoriya, as Bakugo threatened to blow off Mainta, which Mainta misunderstood the meaning and accuses Bakugo of having a yaoi-like fetish, earning laughter from Kaminari and Zero. Ha ha ha, blow off. That's R18, Mainta. Careful, Bakugo would give off something way different than that. Ha ha ha, my stomach hurts. Mainta, you runt. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. By then Ida and Yaoyorozu stepped in and diffuses the tension and told Mainta to knock off the silly jokes. And soon peace and calm is restored and everything went well as no untoward incident took place while Bakugo had to forget what occurred before. 3 days later, the scene shifts at a bank, where Kirishima and Bakugo are there as they plan on opening a bank account so as to have a savings account where they can place their money as they are paid during their work studies. Bakugo became quite annoyed as the bank is full of customers and had to endure the long line, which Kirishima assured that everything will be okay and all he had to do is be a little patient, which Bakugo seemed to be reluctant to do so. Come on, Bakugo. Lighten up. Well, things happen. This is a bank, after all. But what matters is, if only there were no customers. We just have to accept it. That what real men do. Whatever, Kirishima. There they are joined by Tetsu of Class 1B. And he greeted Kirishima as he did not expect to see him here, and both are surprised to learn that they came here for the same reason, to apply and open a savings account. You too? Yeah, what a coincidence. Me too. Glad to bump into you. Same here. So, are you here for savings or current account? Savings, of course. Bakugo silently grunted as Kirishima and Tetsu chatted, as the two are friends despite being rivals. And while waiting within the line, another customer came and waited behind Bakugo, where the customer is wearing a huge trench coat, a hat which covered his body, though he appeared to be barefooted, and noted his rather shiny tan skin. Bakugo felt a bit suspicious about this person, yet he bid his time and decided to wait first and see what this person's action is before making a move. As Kirishima and Tetsu are chatting along, things went well and the customer line began to move, and their Kirishima and Tetsu look confident and are looking forward to more work studies cases with pro hero Fat Gum. You sure look confident. Yeah, that's what real men do. One. Me too. We should expect more after Fat Gum summon us. Hope we get more work studies and more bad guys to beat up and be recognized as pro-heroes. Right on. Yeah. Suddenly a large group of bank robbers barged in and are armed with high-powered firearms, which they demonstrated by shooting down the guards, riddling them with large bullets that killed them on the spot and had the customers surrounded. They then shot one of the tellers as they warned them not to set off the silent alarm. This caused customers to scream in terror. KKK. KKKYYYYHHH. Help. Call the security. Someone save me. Call Rambo. I don't want to die. I'm out of here. Bakugo is poised to get into action, but Kirishima and Tetsu urged him to stay back as they noted that the bullets the robbers using are designed to kill a victim in one shot. The two said they will deal with the robbers as their quirks will allow them to withstand the bullets, much to Bakugo's reluctance. Bakugo, better stay back. Those bullets look like they can shatter one's internal organs. It's like an instant kill whoever gets hit. Our quirks can handle the bullets. HMPH, tell you what, once we distract them, then you can blow up their guns. You okay with that? Fine. As Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, they are ready to face the bank robbers. But the person spoke as he discarded the trench coat and hat, revealing himself as Pro Hero Super Alloy Darkshine. And the two UA students stared in awe, seeing his body shining like metal, which appeared to be bronze, as the Pro Hero tells the two youngsters that he will take care of things here. You boys stay back. What the? Whoa, I'll deal with those bank robbers. No way. Talk about heavy metal. Leave it to me, and everyone will be saved. Is he for real? Can't tell. At Heroes Association HQ, the scene shows that the executives are having a meeting where they discussed about the recent events, and among them is the unexpected resignation of the disguised Shoto Todoroki, as the executives feel that it was such a waste that the disguised Todoroki spent only a few weeks at the association, yet he quickly rose to a rank because of his rather impressive showing. The executives are baffled when the disguised Todoroki claimed that his reasons for resigning from the association is due to being unhappy and wished to retire. And executives attempted to offer him something to make him reconsider, but the executives failed and were compelled to grant, and now they are figuring out how to fill the void left by the disguised Todoroki. This is quite a situation we have. Indeed, that boy had great potential and promise. Heck, he would have attained S-class in a few months from now. Why would he wish to resign? Perhaps he doesn't like his current status. Maybe he finds it difficult to his liking and pace about working at the Heroes Association. Stop daydreaming. We need to find a way to fill the void. The boy's ice powers were too valuable to us. Relax. We still have lots of heroes to fill. We only have a few in S-class to B-class, and the ones in C-class are totally expendable. As the executives are bickering over this, they have no idea that the disguised Todoroki managed to discover something that led to his decision to resign after having seen enough what goes on within the Heroes Association. At the Todoroki residence, Shoto arrived and is greeted by his siblings Fayumi and Naoto, and they asked how did it go at the Heroes Association, as the siblings are the only ones aware that Shoto went undercover there, seeing that their brother intend to see and experience what's it like working at the Heroes Association. Their Shoto told Fayumi and Naoto about the experience he felt, and while the pay is good, he saw some form of discrimination there, such as the treatment of heroes under the rankings system where heroes sorted onto the C-class has to make a quota, and failure results in getting expelled and their names removed from the registry. Shoto also cited that those heroes under the S-class and A-class category can make their residence at the Heroes Association HQ while the B and C-class heroes cannot, which made Fayumi and Naoto feel annoyed at such standards. Hey, seriously, what the hell? What kind of system is that? That's terrible. Good thing you quit, Shoto. That kind of environment is just like how our dad run things here. Naoto ... Don't use dad as. But it's true, sis. Calm down, Naoto. But Shoto nodded in agreement, stating that the one who originally formed the association seemed to neglect this and wondered if he is still connected or not, feeling that the executives are now the ones running it and pulling the strings. The Todoroki siblings discussed more, and Fayumi and Naoto also learned from Shoto that heroes sorted into S-class and A-class developed a superiority complex and oftentimes bragged their status while looking down on heroes who are on the B-class and C-class. The siblings told Shoto that he did the right thing in quitting Heroes Association while early, and urged him to stick with UA High, which he nodded and urged his siblings to keep this discussion a secret, which the two assured that no one will find out. Ni-chan ... and I-san. Please keep this discussion a secret. Of course, Shoto. Sure, no problem. And please keep this from Dad. I don't want him to find out about this. Sure, you got it. Thanks. You're welcome. No problem. Elsewhere, the scene shifts at a bank, where 3 UA students are currently lining up to talk to a customer teller so that they would inquire about opening a savings account due to Kirishima and Tetsu receiving wages from their hero work study. Though Bakugo is just tagging along and whined about the long line, Kirishima smiled and urged his classmate to bear with it and promised that everything will go smoothly and after that they will stroll at the nearest mall, which Bakugo reluctantly grunted, saying as long as the air conditioner inside the bank is functioning and it doesn't make things unbearably hot. Come on, Bakugo, be a man and endure the heat. HMPH. After this we'll go to the mall. The air conditioner is good. Really? Yup. Fine. Just be a little patient. Whatever. Shitty hair. Suddenly a large group of bank robbers barged in, and are armed with high-powered firearms, which they demonstrated by shooting down the guards, riddling them with large bullets that killed them on the spot and had the customers surrounded. They then shot one of the tellers, hitting her on the head, in which an explosive bullet is used and the teller's head exploded, and the robbers warned the hostages and bank staff members not to set off the silent alarm. This caused customers to scream in terror. KKK. KKKYYYYAHHH. Help. Call the security. Someone save me. Call Rambo. I don't want to die. I'm out of here. Bakugo is poised to get into action, but Kirishima and Tetsu urged him to stay back as they noted that the bullets the robbers using are designed to kill a victim in one shot. The two said they will deal with the robbers as their quirks will allow them to withstand the bullets, much to Bakugo's reluctance. Bakugo, better stay back. Those bullets look like they can shatter one's internal organs. It's like an instant kill whoever gets hit. Our quirks can handle the bullets. HMPH. Tell you what, once we distract them, then you can blow up their guns. You okay with that? Fine. As Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, they are ready to face the bank robbers. But the person spoke as he discarded the trench coat and hat, revealing himself as Pro Hero Super Alloy Darkshine. And the two UA students stared in awe, seeing his body shining like metal, which appeared to be bronze, as the Pro Hero tells the two youngsters that he will take care of things here. You boys stay back. What the? Whoa, I'll deal with those bank robbers. No way. Talk about heavy metal. Leave it to me, and everyone will be saved. Is he for real? Can't tell. Darkshine then stepped forward as he confronted the bank robbers and warned them about the consequences if they do not surrender, which the robbers aimed their weapons at him, as they do not fear anyone, be it the law enforcers, civilians, or Pro Hero. However, they were put off by Darkshine's appearance, seeing that he is only clad in his short tights, making look like a human trophy, and asked him if he has a death wish or something. What the heck? Is he for real? What is he? He looks like a bronze statue, or a human trophy. Whatever. It looks like he wants to die. Yeah, we can test our guns on him. Haha. Darkshine smirked while flexing his body, which made Kirishima and Tetsu's sweat dropped, wondering if this guy is showing off or if he is aware of what is happening here. But then they heard some of the customers squealing, as they recognized Darkshine as a Pro Hero. And both Tetsu and Kirishima stared in surprise at hearing this, shocked by the fact that a tan-skinned, muscular person clad only in a short tights is a Pro Hero. Hey, you hear that, Kirishima? That guy's a Pro Hero. Why is he only in a Speedo? Don't know if he's an exhibitionist or something. Maybe he thinks he's Apollo or something ... you know. I wonder, what's his power is like? Probably similar to yours, Tetsu. Bakugo himself appeared doubtful that someone like Darkshine is a Pro Hero. And if he is, why the getup? There's some of the bank customers who recognize Darkshine cheered him on and urges him to take out the bank robbers and show them their places. DARKSHINE. Save US. Stop those robbers. Make them sorry. Beat them up. Hurry. Stop them. Use your powers. You can open an account in this bank. The bank robbers stared in surprise as they slowly recognized Darkshine and began to falter. But the leader told them not to get spooked as they have weapons and that the explosive bullets will take care of the Pro Hero in no time. The robbers nodded as their confidence returned, as they believe that their weapons can match against any Pro Heroes, and tells Darkshine that he will be an example of what would happen if anyone tries to get in their way. He's right. We got power guns. That's right. We can waste him. Teach these assholes a lesson. Haha. Now I'm pumped. Let's set an example. Good idea. Bakugo noticed that some of the robbers are aiming their weapons on the bank customers, and tells Kirishima and Tetsu to get going and distract the robbers while he will sneak closer to the rest of the robbers and destroy their weapon, which Kirishima asked if he is sure, worried that he might get shot. But Bakugo told his classmate not to worry, and tells him and Tetsu to use their quirks to deflect the bullets, and the trio UA students nodded in agreement. Just shut up and do it. You sure? Really, Bakugo? I'm serious. Block their ammo and I'll deal with the rest. Okay, you got it. Good. Be careful, and stay safe. The three UA students went into action as Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks. And the robbers were taken aback at seeing this, and realized that the two are students from UA High. And the leader of the robbers told his men to open fire at the two, urging them to disregard the fact that they are kids and treat them as disposable hostages. Shoot them down. Kill them. They're just disposable brats. Right, you got it. Waste these motherfuckers. Make them bleed on their diapers. Murder them. Die. Haha. The robbers opened fire, and the explosive bullets struck the two teens. Further quirks somewhat deflected the bullets, yet the impact caused Kirishima to stagger back, which prompted Tetsu to take the brunt and manage to hold the bullets back. And this prompted Darkshine to provide assistance, using his body to deflect the bullets. The two UA students were amazed at seeing Darkshine's body withstanding the bullets as if he is made of armor, specifically bronze. Ease up, kids. Leave it to me. Whoa, his body held off the bullets. This is something only a pro hero can do. You can't. We can, sir. We got our provisional hero license ... Really? Yeah, let's work together, sir. Elsewhere, Izuku Midoriya is walking by the streets as he is having a day off and decided to take a stroll as he needed to relax, having trained himself at the gym within UA High. And as he passed by an electronics store, a TV on display showed a sudden news flash about hero killer Stain managing to escape, and this made Midoriya feel surprised. The shopkeeper saw the news, and having recognized Midoriya, he advised him to be careful as the hero killer is no joke and that he doesn't choose any targets and will go attack anyone he deem a faker, whether they are teenagers or not. You ought to be careful, kid. Why yeah, this ain't a joke. The hero killer means business. I know. With All Might retired, it's up to Endeavor to stop him. Yeah, I know the feeling. Better be careful and not wander off. I will. Midoriya recalled his last encounter with Stain and wondered what would happen if they crossed paths again and what if Stain decides to target him should he deem Midoriya a faker again. Elsewhere, the scene shows that Stain has managed to elude his pursuers and just acquired bladed weapons of his own and now planning to resume his crusade and rid society of fake heroes and make his statement known. This time, I will fix this messed up society. Meanwhile, news of Stain's escape has been reported and many of the citizens are apprehensive, yet some are confident that heroes will bring him down and deem the hero killer a hopeless attention seeker and hope that he gets his comeuppance. Stain got away again. What's he up to? Hope the heroes get him again. Endeavor will do it. How about that cyborg hero, Genos? Hey ... the bald guy with the cape. He can knock the hero killer with one punch. Seriously? At Heroes Association HQ, the executives are having a meeting after getting info about the hero killer. And while they initially deem him just another small-timer, they changed their minds after they received additional information about what Stain is capable of. And soon they realized that the financial backers of Heroes Association might become Stain's target. Thus, if that happens, Heroes Association might be compromised if Stain kills the financial backers. There they discussed about what to do and made suggestions that they send pro-heroes to hunt down Stain. And among those candidates mentioned include S-Class, Atomic Samurai, Metal Bat, Zombie Man, Pig God, Tatsumaki, Silver Fang, Genos, Puri Prisoner. Majority of the executives agreed to the suggestion, though other executive members suggested to utilize pro-heroes in the A-Class category, which includes Cayman Mi Mask, Heavy Tank Loincloth, Blue Fire, Magic Trick Man, Death Gatling, Stinger, Lightning Genji, Lightning Max, Golden Ball, Spring Mustachio, Chain and Toad, Snake Fist Snack, Heavy Kong. Another executive then suggested utilizing pro heroes under the B-Class category, which includes the following: Fubuki, Wild Horn, Saitama, Jet Nice Guy. The executives began to debate as they have preferences on which category of heroes to be used, as they are worried that pro-heroes of other industries might overshadow Heroes Association should other heroes, such as Endeavor and Hawks, catch Stain. And if that happens, it may make Heroes Association look bad, which the executives agree on the topic. We need to step up our activities to increase our reputation. Yes ... we can't let other pro-heroes hog the spotlight. Indeed, if we manage to take down this Stain ... we would look more favorable to the public. Not only that ... our financial backers would be impressed if we managed to take down the hero killer ... and this would entice more businessmen to back our organization financially. Then we must pool our resources and pitch ideas. Which pro hero are we going to send in hunting down Stain? Right, I'm listening. Meanwhile, the scene shifts at the bank, where Bakugo noticed that some of the robbers are aiming their weapons on the bank customers, and tells Kirishima and Tetsu to get going and distract the robbers while he will sneak closer to the rest of the robbers and destroy their weapons, which Kirishima asked if he is sure, worried that he might get shot. But Bakugo told his classmate not to worry, and tells him and Tetsu to use their quirks to deflect the bullets, and the trio UA students nodded in agreement. Just shut up and do it. You sure? Really, Bakugo? I'm serious. Block their ammo and I'll deal with the rest. Okay, you got it. Good. Be careful, and stay safe. The three UA students went into action as Kirishima and Tetsu activated their quirks, and the robbers were taken aback at seeing this, and realized that the two are students from UA High, and the leader of the robbers told his men to open fire at the two, urging them to disregard the fact that they are kids and treat them as disposable hostages. Shoot them down. Kill them. They're just disposable brats. Right, you got it. Waste these motherfuckers. Make them bleed on their diapers. Murder them. Die. Haha. The robbers opened fire and the explosive bullets struck the two teens. Their quirks somewhat deflected the bullets, yet the impact caused Kirishima to stagger back, which prompted Tetsu to take the brunt and manage to hold the bullets back. and this prompted Darkshine to provide assistance, using his body to deflect the bullets. The two UA students were amazed at seeing Darkshine's body withstanding the bullets as if he is made of armor, specifically bronze. Ease up, kids. Leave it to me. Whoa, his body held off the bullets. This is something only a pro hero can do. You can't. We can, sir. We got our provisional hero license. Really? Yeah, let's work together, sir. Nodding. Darkshine and Tetsu began to work together as they used their bodies to deflect the bullet, which allowed Kirishima to get closer and began to knock down some of the robbers, while Bakugo got close and used his explosion quirk to cause the weapons to explode, disarming the robbers, and this caused the others to buck under pressure. But the leader urged his cohorts to stand their ground as he grabbed a pregnant woman and aimed his rifle inside the woman's mouth, threatening to shoot her to death if the heroes do not stand down, which Bakugo sneered at the bluff and said he won't be fooled. But Kirishima urged his classmate to calm down and tells him not to act recklessly as the pregnant woman's baby and life are at stake. Ease up, Bakugo. GRR. We can't risk getting the pregnant woman getting hurt. Damn it, we need a plan. Got any idea, Kirishima? We can't move like this. Things became tense as the robbers gained the upper hand, as the leader of the robbers have a good hold on the hostage, which forced the three UA students and Darkshine to stand still. And he ordered his men to shoot the three heroes to death as a display on who is in charge and to show everyone what happens if anyone dare defy him. The henchmen roared in approval as they prepared their weapons to shoot down the three teenagers to death and then shoot down Darkshine. Shoot them down. Yes, boss. Got it. Let's ace these motherfuckers. Show them their places. Haha. Bye-bye, heroes. See you on the other side. As Bakugo, Kirishima and Tetsu gritted their teeth as they couldn't do anything. An unexpected situation took place as someone barges in and catches the robber's attention, which turned out to be Genos, as he happened to be passing by. And after hearing of the situation, he uses his cybernetic eyes and got the gist, and this prompted him to charge inside the bank. There he uses his weapons to disable the robbers' weapons, and this allowed Darkshine and the three UA students to charge and take down the robbers, and soon the police came in and captured them. And moments later, both Darkshine and Genos are given praise, whilst Bakugo is displeased that he, Kirishima, and Tetsu are being overlooked and overshadowed. Kirishima tried to cheer his classmate up and assured that one day their talents and heroics will be recognized by the public, which Tetsu agreed, though Bakugo is still displeased with what just happened. Cheer up, Bakugo. Yeah. We saved the day. And still we weren't recognized for stopping the bank robbers. We'll get the praise we deserve. Yeah, just be patient. HMPH. Come on, be happy. Meanwhile, Darkshine thanked Genos for the assist, which the cyborg said it is nothing and applauded Darkshine for managing to hold off the robbers. Darkshine then admitted that he got assistance from teenagers who are students at a hero school, which somewhat piqued Genos' curiosity. Students ... as heroes. Yeah ... that's what they say. I heard of it. There are several schools that teaches students to become future pro heroes. Me too. Well, there are a lot of them. Shiksu, UA. I'll do a research on it. Whatever. We better go. Fine.